All right, I started, which means we're live. What's up, guys? Hey, long time no see. How was everyone's Thanksgiving?
Yeah, it was. My Thanksgiving was awesome, Spence. Hopefully yours was as well.
It was great. It was enjoyable. Excellent. It was a nice long weekend. Zunaid, I was geographically close to you, but
where were you at?
I was in New Jersey.
That's literally not even.
Well, it's closer. It's closer.
It's like I'm not even on that coast.
No, it's closer. Aren't you in Atlanta?
Yeah, but like
I was closer than I usually am.
I thought you were gonna be like, like in Georgia or like in Florida or something. I was like, okay.
I was closer than I normally am. Okay, I was further from Ryan and closer to you. That was my point there. But anyway,
no, it was good, man. It's been a while. Where you been? Why don't you come hang as much anymore?
Spencer was busy doing lights out interviews yesterday. I don't know if you saw that.
No, but he's been gone for like a week.
I look. I do like 5 hours of streaming a day. Some days I hang out with you. Some days I just can't.
That's fair. That's fair.
I got to recharge a little bit, but I'm here now, which is something. So let's go ahead and start the show if we can. I have to find where.
Do it.
There's our intro.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. Oh, it's Vegas law, that phrase.
Kiana.
Fisher.
Joy.
Joe. Cards drawn are the past, ones to come are future.
And the best part, it's beatable.
Let's all share our screens. You did already.
Oh, yep. So I've been really slacking on this. I'm not gonna lie.
Zunaid's charts. He's the only one that did it of the three of us.
Cool.
So,
let's go.
I'm
Apple, really nice. Where's Apple? There you go. Apple, really nice move after it went ahead and tested yesterday. The lows around 157. Just nice move on up. You can see I've already got an alert set here. Here, let me go to mute my. There we go. I've already got an alert set here. What is that? 164.66. Basically, that tells me, hey, you need to look at this chart and the break of 165 once again. I will go ahead and go long. Now, why 165? I'll go ahead and pull it up here. You can see there's a dark pool at 165.30 where about 10.4 million shares were traded. When that typically happens, you get to find out if it's support or resistance. Once it was traded, it was going higher, but of course the market flushed, so now it's lower. So this is going to end up acting like resistance, in my opinion. And then after we break it, though, it should go ahead and act like support. So that's what I'm keeping an eye on. Another one is going to be Microsoft. I wanted to kind of go ahead and take it long around this area, but of course I woke up late. But anyway, if it goes ahead and tests 331, 330 50s, I will absolutely go ahead and grab some calls. I do believe we could get a little rip in the morning and then maybe a fade, as people may not want to hold on to positions over the weekend in case we get some headlines, whatever the case may be. There's that one. Let me go ahead and take a look at. There was another. I am very annoyed with this one. This is a contract that I had purchased in Marvel maybe about a month ago. And I would maybe, bought it around here, ended up selling around here. And of course, look at the rip that it has today. So there's my annoyance with the stock. But if it can break over 88 and the market participates, I would not be surprised if sooner than later we cross 100. So I would go ahead and grab some calls in MRVL. And those are the three stocks that I am keeping an eye on.
Ryan, you want to go or you want me to go?
Yeah, nope, I'm ready. So first of all, our old friend LGVN is back at it again today.
No, I saw it. I thought my eyes were deceiving me.
They are not deceiving you. We are in for another wild day here on LGVN, I think. So I'm going to be watching this. We're probably going to play this off some of the levels. We can look at MRVL. Zunaid, I'm sorry about the bad beat there. Happens to the best of us. And then SMAR, this actually popped yesterday. The one thing I do want to see is I do want to see how DocuSign trades. I'm absolutely not going to try to take this for a bounce. But this thing is down 77 points. I mean, I shouldn't even really laugh. This thing's getting absolutely destroyed. So I want to see what happens with this stock. One of the things that our members in the happy hour have discussed, 13, who you've seen here, is often talking about how DocuSign is going to be replaced by the metaverse. In fact, he gave the group a demo.
What?
can actually have a document signing for like a real estate transaction using an Oculus in a virtual room. So yeah, really cool stuff. I want to see how this trades. I want to see what kind of news we get out about this. It just an absolute destruction.
I have a question. A question.
Yes.
Ryan, that metaverse sign thing that you just talked about, the second you said that, I imagined people sitting virtually on a table signing. Is that how it works?
So it's basically an office. The document is there, and you use the Oculus to actually put your signature on it. In his demonstration, there were no other virtual people in the office. It was a nice virtual office with a nice like mountain scene out the window and a blackboard, and you can switch seats and all that cool stuff. So it was actually pretty neat. I don't know if that's actually going to be the replacement, but it's a really interesting theory. And I mean, this is complete destruction. This
I
is
gotta
not
join
just a
happy
little
hour.
bit. This is like a humongous sell-off.
We just got here, and by here I mean the idea that it's mainstream now to sign documents electronically and send them. You know, we just got here. Don't tell me we're already leaving.
But Spencer, urgency is the ante to play, and so
I'm not buying it. I'm sorry.
the next thing is here, and we're going.
I'm not buying it. I'm also not buying DocuSign like you, or like you said, you're also not buying DocuSign.
Right.
But you know, I was bearish heading into it, but even I did not expect a drop of $70 here. Pretty surprising stuff. What I'm watching here is you have a number of stocks that have been in downtrends that are popping this morning. I'm talking about Zillow, okay? I'm talking about Hibbett Sports, HIBB, which had earnings and has gotten hammered in the last couple of weeks here. I'm talking about Ollie's Bargain, right? Same thing as well, a bit of a longer-term downtrend there, but actually that stock is down this morning. I take that back. Forget Ollie's. Hibbett Sports is what I meant. Zillow's, and then Tilly's is had a rough couple weeks here, also up this morning. So I would look to fade stocks in downtrends that are trading higher this morning. We did not talk about Ulta Beauty today on pre-market prep. That's higher off its report. And I wouldn't necessarily be trying to fade that because it's been a stronger performing stock of late, at least compared to the rest of the market. So not totally anti-Ulta here this morning. I am also looking at MNDY, Monday.com. I mentioned this morning on pre-market prep. This company is a peer of Asana. They do the exact same thing as Asana. If Asana is going to open down, like 20%, then there's no reason. Let's pull up Asana. Asana is down 19%. There's no reason for Monday to not trade with it here. It is actually trading higher this morning. There's no volume, so there's nothing really happening there. But I see no reason why Monday would be immune from Asana's pull down to earth today, if the market is to take that report seriously, which I think it is. So Monday, be looking to be watching for weakness there. Sort of the big one I've got on my radar this morning. And Zillow, Zillow had a nice pop for a reason, right? They raised their guidance and they announced the buyback, but come on now. The odds of yesterday being the bottom, the odds of this being a V bottom, not good.
Yeah.
So, I'm not writing off Zillow long term, but for today, for the next week, I mean, come on, it's not going back to 70, 60, or it's not 60. It's not going back to 70 anytime soon. So, it'll take more than one day. This is too easy here this morning. So,
hey Spence, what was the consensus with the jobs number print this morning? The non-farm payroll.
What was the consensus? I'll show you what the consensus.
Well, no, I mean I know what the number was. I'm asking what did you guys? What was I missed pre-market? I was trying to say it without saying it, but I missed your show. I missed what you guys.
No, it's okay. I'll show you the consent here. This is a 15-minute. Maybe I should pull up a 1-minute chart here. Here, let's do a 1-minute chart. And okay, so let's zoom out here. This is the Qs all morning. That pop, that pre-market high, that came right after the jobs number. Okay, so the immediate reaction was, oh, jobs number, big miss. It means everyone call off the taper. Let's keep the bazooka.
Yeah, that's basically what I was getting at. Is bad news good news again?
Well, hold on though. I didn't finish. So yeah, that was the initial reaction. You can see it because that's why tech went up, right? You call off the taper, you keep the bazooka gun of money aimed at the market, and all is well. But again, that was 45 minutes ago now, the high of the pre-market session, right? We got to 393 in the Qs where, we're 2 points off that high. So, I still don't know what to think. Frankly, I don't. Okay. The initial reaction was that of bad news, good news, but it wouldn't surprise me for a second if bad news equals bad news, right? Because it was a big miss on the job, the number of jobs added last month. The last 2 months were also revised lower. Unemployment went down. That's good. Labor participation went up. That's good. But I don't know what to think. The short answer is I don't know what to think, Ryan. That's my 10 cents on this.
So I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yes. Yes. Wait and see. Was there a hidden pun there I don't know about?
No. I'm just saying, like, to me, I'm kind of in the same boat, right? It feels initially like, hey, a bad news is good news now, but let's actually see how the market trades. Because even the other day when we thought we had good news in relation to the Omicron variant, we traded up and then we gave everything back and some more at the end of the day. So I'm trying to apply that same type of trading action to this piece of news. I want to see where we go. My initial thought was bad news is good news, but we'll see if that ends up holding up.
I don't know. I'll be honest. I have no idea. Anyway, back to the movers tool, seeing what's up and what's down the most this morning. We've already mentioned a bunch of these names like Longeveron and Marvel and Smartsheet, right? And DocuSign, ESPR, your other big loser of the day, Esperion Therapeutics. They must have had news. Yeah, look, they had news this morning. It was an offering. An offering was priced at $7, and the stock closed yesterday at $9, and now we're at $6. Go figure. All right. Asana, your other big loser. Ollie's a big loser this morning. SWBI, they had earnings, I believe. Smith & Wesson down 17% in the pre-market session. So yeah, we have some action, but again, it's going to be more of a macro-led day, right? Yesterday we had a bit of a bounce across the board in the overall market. Every index closed up higher yesterday, or every sector, I mean, closed up higher. I don't know what to expect for today. I really don't. I was pretty bearish heading into yesterday. The bounce did not sell me. The bounce did not change my mind on anything. So. Very cautiously optimistic. The keyword there is cautious for me, is how I'm approaching today. But it's 9:18. We got 12 minutes left before the open. I see Mitch here. Mitch, feel free to hop in whenever you want, man. Trend A. I will stay longer some days. I just don't know what days, because some days I like Mondays are tough. Days we do all access is tough. Well, we don't do this show on those days, but some days are harder for me than others. So I would do my best to stay here with you longer. I'm catching up on the chat now, seeing what we missed, if anything. Yeah, and this is a good one. Sorry, Zunaid. If you have any ideas for someone that you want us to get on the show, put it in chat, and you can also email us. But PJ Shannon, I'm just seeing your message right now. PJ, I'm going to write. I don't know who Katie Stockton is, but I will find her and reach out to her and get her on one of our shows. I have a running list here of guests that I need to reach out to, so I'm going to add her to my list. You can always suggest people you want us to have on the show, every show. So write that down. Thank you, PJ.
I think Mitch is trying to say something, but I can't hear him. Martin, I can confirm that Mitch is not asleep.
No, he's here. He's just not here. I mean, he is here, but I don't know what he's doing back there. He's doing something. I think he's fixing his microphone or something.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Or loading us up with some amazing assets that he's going to drop on us.
Oh, you know what? He did give me a little bit of a tease. He didn't show me anything, but he did tell me I had to stay to watch something. Rob Frame asked, why is Asana getting hammered? Rob, check out here.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
okay.
Get his. There you go.
I'm not going to jump down your throat. It's fine. We all make mistakes. Rob, so Asana had earnings last night. Okay. If you went by the traditional logic, which is look at the numbers as they compare to estimates, then based on that logic, it was a pretty good report, right? Because their earnings per share beat the estimate by 3 cents. Their sales beat the estimate by $7 million. They gave guidance for the current quarter, for this quarter, Q4 revenue guidance that was above the estimate. They gave EPS guidance that was in line. And they gave fiscal year, full year revenue guidance and EPS guidance above the estimate. All those things were good, but traditional logic does not apply here. And same goes for DocuSign. You can't look at the estimates. You have to look at the year over year. This is where I go to a calendar in Pro, and I would just look at Asana, right? ASAN. Let's do a search in Asana. And my formatting is all screwy here. I apologize. I have to reformat my columns. But if you go look at a calendar and look at Asana's history as a public company and look at all their reports, I'm going to make it easier to see here because I'm going to put every column on the screen. Here we go. Okay. So check it out. We've got, I'm looking at the EPS column and I'm looking at the revenue column. Okay. EPS, you have to look at the growth rate year over year. Okay. So look year over year. Look at we just had Q3. Okay, 23 cents per share is what they lost last quarter. Q3 of last year. Okay, so in that case, their loss is actually narrowed. But let's look at the growth rate of their revenue each quarter. Okay, their revenue growth rate has slowed dramatically on a percentage basis, and you can also go listen to the conference call. You can do that from Benzinga Pro. Right? Listen to the conference call, see what they say. The CEO basically said, yeah, our growth rate is slowing. That's the bottom line here.
There's more to it than that too. This is a high flying stock, right? And this is a high flying stock when we're getting all of this free money. It's in the tech space. These are the stocks that are going to come back if we start to get a bearish tape. These are the stocks that are going to get hit, especially the companies that spend a lot of money and eat cash.
So look at Asana Q4. Their Q4 of last year, which they reported in March of this year, their Q4 of last year, they lost 22 cents per share. Okay, the quarter we just got done with, they lost 23 cents per share. So basically, if you think of like a year ago as being kind of like, where we're still in like the thick of the pandemic, there's still lockdowns, stay-at-home stocks are ripping. Okay, there's your bar basically, right? For earnings, and the earnings have not grown in 3 quarters for a growth stock. That ain't good. And then to what Ryan said, if you go look at a chart here, let's pull up a longer-term chart in Asana and look at this daily. Look at the run this thing just had.
Yeah,
it's a growth stock,
and look, it's crashed all the way to the 200.
Oh, what are the odds? It's a growth stock and it ain't growing at the same rate that it was. So that's what happens when your growth stocks don't grow. You gotta know the environment that we're in. Growth stocks are out of favor. Asana, if you only looked at the numbers as they compared to the estimates, you would say, "Oh, it was a fine quarter." That's irrelevant. It's not. It's a stay-at-home stock, and stay-at-home stocks are not in favor right now. That applies to Asana. That applies to Zoom. It applies to Peloton. It applies to Monday. Anyway.
Spencer, I want to answer Tom's question real quick. It won't take me more than 2 minutes. Can you do me a favor and click on your workspace 3, I believe it was, that he was asking about?
That one?
Yes, movers. It was your movers. Okay, right. So Tom, this is a really great question. And there are a lot of people that set this up just like Spencer. In fact, Brent from our news desk does something very similar because it's very helpful. To set this screen up just like Spencer, you add movers twice. So Spencer, if you would share my screen here real quick. We're basically going to start with a blank canvas, right? We're going to go ahead and add movers, and then we're going to click on movers again, and then we're going to click on an advanced news feed.
So look, I'm on the left side here, right? So movers once, movers twice.
Yep. And then advanced newsfeed.
And
the reason you do it in that order is because you want those movers to be on the side. Now, I think the next thing that Spencer had was gainers pre-market session in the top, and then he closed the filters.
Exactly.
And then in the one in the bottom, he had losers pre-market session, and he closed the filters down.
Exactly right.
So and now go ahead and collapse those. And now on here, I believe that all you did was you typed in ASAN because you were checking on Asana when he was asking that question. So you have basically just the Benzinga wire source selected and no other categories so that you're getting all of the news. Remember, when you select categories, you're telling the system to only show you news on those categories. It's actually a limiting factor. So I hope that answers your question, and I hope that didn't take too long. No, we're good.
No, that was a great one, and a reminder to everyone who's not using the advanced news feed, check it out. It's in beta. It's got some more stuff in there. Highly recommend it. Okay, there's more questions in the chat. Let's cover these. Martin, why do you always ask me about SoFi, man? I still own it. Well, what do you want me to say? It's at 16. I mean, it's a growth stock. Growth stocks stink right now. Red Rum. How do we know what to rotate into? How do you predict that, man? Well, Red Rum, it's a great question. You kind of just have to watch. That's the answer. You kind of just have to watch the market and watch what's going up and what's going down. You want us to predict what's going to happen before it happens? We can't do that. Sorry. Maybe somebody else can. But you kind of just have to know. You have to know what to look for. You have to look at, in my case, I look at the different every single sector, right? Sector ETF, right? The XLB, the XLC, the XLE, the XLF, the XLI, all the spider sector ETFs. I have them all up on my screen here on my trading platform, right? And you kind of just have to watch and see what's going up and what's going down. It really is that simple. That's how I identify the rotation. It happens in the moment, though, right? It happens in the moment. It doesn't happen before it happens. Yeah, Martin says hire a psychic.
Yeah. Predicting is not the way to go. I would say reacting to what you see is probably the better bet. Don't try to call the bottom unless you have some type of data point that gives you the advantage.
Right. And so think about what different things mean. So, for example, if pull up a chart here, if we're watching the Qs and the Qs are going up, the QQQ, okay, the Qs is a proxy for technology, right? For growth and for tech. I see the Qs go up. I don't even really need to necessarily look to I just assume, frankly, that all the big tech stocks, Apple, Microsoft, Facebook, or Meta, whatever, Google, Amazon, Nvidia, Tesla, I'm going to assume they're all moving with it. Okay. And if all those are moving higher, then I'm going to look, okay, is the rest of tech moving, like smaller tech stocks like Roku or PayPal or Square, whatever the hell it's called now. I don't even know the block. Thank you, Zunaid. And so Qs to me, not to me, to everyone, is a proxy for technology. If you see something like the IWM trading higher, that's your Russell 2000. That's a proxy for a small cap, right? Could be also a proxy for value. Same thing as the DIA, right? Who just suggested that you look at the indexes, right? This is the same thing, right? The DIA is a proxy for value. You see the DIA ripping higher. What do you look at? Utilities, consumer staples, maybe banks, maybe transports. You kind of got to understand what the different indexes are proxies for, or just have every sector up on your screen so you can see what's moving. Mitch is having audio issues.
I'm here. I can't get my. I had some audio issues. I'm still having audio issues. I'll be able to get on, but my stream deck's not going to work today. But
well. Wait, but do you have the surprise for me or no?
Yes, I do have the surprise for you at least. Okay. Let me get that ready. Yes. You guys talk about some stocks, so I'm going to get that ready here.
Okay, everyone look busy for Mitch so that we can just get through until the open, and then yep, I'm busy trading stocks.
So don't want to hear, right? I mean, isn't anybody looking short today?
Yeah, I mean, I should look at some puts on Monday. I really want to.
I'm definitely looking for some puts today, and also some shorts. I'm going to be looking to short that Monday that you talked about, Spencer.
I really want to. Oh, did you guys see Ford today? Thank you, Jim.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice pop on Ford.
$20.
Spencer's going to be mad at me because I'm uploading these on pre-market prep, but I'll get that done later.
Man.
Perfect.
Come on. I asked you about that. I told you about that. I told you not to do that.
Nice call.
I told you not to do that.
At least I know
it. Mitch is the problem. We have in my dream world, we have all these assets for all of our shows, and they're all in a shared place where we can all see them. And that is not the case because Mitch doesn't share anything with anyone. Anything that he makes is on.
Got to keep the fire, man. Got to keep the fire. You can't just give it up.
Whatever. Okay, we're open. Let's go to a scanner.
It's the fire.
Okay, I've got my scanners open. Let's see what's up and what's down. And Ryan and Mitch are going to and Zunaid are going to trade this thing, and I'm going to sort of narrate here with you. So
it's kind of hard to play my stuff now, man. I'm sorry, guys. I'm late.
Just wait till it gets quiet in 10 minutes, and then
Yeah, that's what I'll have to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a quick trade here. It might be stopped out real quick. I'm going to grab some Apple commons this time. I'm trying out something new. I'll explain it later, but I went and took some shares at Apple. I'm going to stop out if the stock goes to 163.30. So I'm risking about 30 cents literally. So this could end up being a very, very quick stop out. Just a heads up. Trying something new. So just want to be transparent about it.
on DOCU, that was just now?
Apple,
Right.
AAPL.
Okay. Oh, interesting Apple trade. Okay. I like it.
I'm basically hoping for that 163.50 to hold and then continue upwards towards 164 and then some.
Well, so far, so good.
Yeah, trying something new. We'll see how it works out. It worked out really well yesterday, but obviously you weren't here, so.
Sorry.
CYAD, which was a top of the morning movers, pulling back here. Your spots on this are going to be 5, 510, and 519 if it makes a move to the upside, but a nice pull out of the open here. No position.
Okay. A lot of stocks that are in downtrends that were higher in the pre-market have given it back. Hibbett Sports, HIBB, immediately just dipped off the open there. Actually, a lot of things dipped off the open.
Awesome.
There.
Perfect. Sorry. I'm going to go ahead and take half size off here at 164.30.
That Apple's on my scanner, my relative volume upside.
Ooh. Jesus, that was interesting.
Well, we
doing all right, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I don't play with comments. I feel like it's so much easier to, I don't know, get stopped out. Because that risk off was like 30 cents.
Yeah, that's pretty tight.
Yeah. I think that's usually not how I do it. But anyway, yeah, I went and took half of my Apple commons off here. The rest, I do believe, will go ahead and test 164.90s. So we'll see if that does happen, and that's where I'll take another piece of it off.
All right, you've got big lots popping here. They had earnings this morning as well. Stock in a downtrend. I don't know what the numbers were. Let's look in Pro and find out real fast. I'm sure the numbers were fine if the stock is up this morning. EPS beat, sales beat, guidance light. Wow. Huh. Okay. So they cut their guidance. They announced a small buyback, but they cut their guidance, and the stock is trading higher. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
If I can interrupt you, Apple went ahead and hit that target of 164.90, so I am out of everything. Once it gets over 164, I will go ahead and grab some contracts, but for now, I am out. That was a quick trade from, thank you. That was a quick trade from 163.75 to 164.90,
Nice.
if you will.
Very nice, Zunaid.
Thank you.
Way better than my struggling this that I'm doing right now.
What is it that you're trying to do?
I can't even look at charts right now. I can't even get my setup going here. I'm on the Slack attack.
Okay.
Mitch, this one of those mornings, man. I know how it goes.
This DocuSign here is approaching. It's at 152, but I feel like what I want to do is once it gets to like 150.50s, I want to play it for a bounce to like maybe $1 or $2, like scalp it, if you will. And then once it breaks 150, I want to go short. So try to be cute with it and try to play it both ways because, I mean, I expect it to bounce from 150. Don't know.
Zunaid, are you expecting the bounce for the round number phenomenon that we talk about all the time?
Yes. Yeah, thank you for pointing that out. Yes. And matter of fact, the reason I'm glad you brought that up because at Baba, I also already have an alert set in case ever in life it comes to good. God, it might later on. Gets to $100. I just saw it's at 116. Last time I looked, it was at 120. But anyway, okay. I have an alert set there as well.
Okay, so whoever it was that asked about rotation and how to find it, let's just try to identify it right now, right? So let's get that off the screen. Let's go look at the SPY. We'll go one at a time here, okay? Actually, no. Here's what we'll do. I have a watch list. Where's my watch list?
This makes it a little difficult, but this is why I have my sectors always up.
Yes. So here, I have a watch list in Benzinga Pro, okay, that I use. I call it Market. That's what it's called. And all it is the top components, the largest stocks in the U.S. It's every sector ETF, and it's the major indexes: SPY, QQQ, IWM, DIA. And I've also got RKK in there for some reason. I'm not sure why, but okay. Anyway, so what we see here is green. Now, this is green on a closing basis. This performance is in reference to what is happening now compared to the close yesterday. I much prefer to look at what is happening compared to the open, because the open is when the real money comes in. So that being said, let's take a look at the SPY. We'll go to a 1-minute chart. We see chop today.
All right, might get short Monday, guys, at the VWAP.
Oh, very nice. We have chop today so far. SPY went up, SPY went down. What about the Qs? Okay, what about tech? Tech is now in the red based on the open. It is down for the day based on the open. Okay, so that tells me something. It tells me for the moment, tech is weak. Do I want to confirm that? Let's confirm that. Yeah, Amazon's in the red based on the open. Apple's in the red based on the open. Kind of flat. Spoke too soon. How's Tesla doing? Elon sold some more Tesla. Tesla's in the red based on the open. So, okay, so for the moment today, tech is not in favor. How about value? Let's go to the XLU is, utilities or value, right? Let's look at some banks here. Let's look at JP Morgan. How are the banks doing? Banks are okay, right? You got JP Morgan trading higher-ish, right? Who else would I look at, right? I would look at, PG, conventional value play, Procter & Gamble, trading higher, consumer staples. Okay. So for the moment, it's a value day, right? Anything growth techy, anything with a high PE or a high price to sales, not good so far.
So one of the things that I always look at, guys, and you guys will hear me talk about it, is change from the open also, which is very important.
I just said that.
Oh, maybe I had my audio a little low here. It's one of those days.
Audio gremlins are getting Mitch today, man. Guys.
It's one of those days. I'm also trying to get a trade in here.
Right,
I'm trying to get Monday.
Right.
But yeah, definitely. What Spencer said, guys. What Spencer said. Yeah. So like right now, energy is up the most from the open. Basic materials behind that, then consumer defensives. So what does that show me immediately? Energy, basic materials, consumer defensives. It means that the SPY is going down. Let's take a look at the SPY.
Yeah.
What happened? The SPY was coming down there. So it's exactly that. And so one of the things with rotation and sector and industry analysis is you got to know so much. This is what I try to teach on Money Mitch, literally, is understanding sectors and industries, then working backwards. So macro to micro, guys. We want to find the sectors that are hot. We want to find the industries that are hot. Then we want to find those hot stocks. Then you can start at least trading with the herd. That's what I like to do.
That's actually a really good strategy for finding the hot theme too, right? Because if you're already looking at different baskets, chances are you're going to identify one that's likely to run or currently running. And then trading themes or baskets of stocks that are moving on the same type of catalyst, that's going to increase your chances of being profitable. Morning, Judge. How you doing, my man?
All right, guys, I'm going to be looking for a short on Monday here. Let's see if we get it. It's been one of those days. I would have loved to have short that first drop through 300, but I wasn't able to see it right out the gates. So let's see what happens with Monday here. I'm going to look for a bounce to VWAP to get short here. VWAP is at 296.05 right now. We'll see if we get that bounce, and then I'll look for the flush down on Monday.com. Zunaid, what's up, bro? How did I know you're going to be the next?
The DocuSign. Yeah, the DocuSign trade, right? So I want to go ahead and quickly point it out right here. The 150, I went ahead and checked because I want to interrupt you guys. I wanted and took this long, but I only got, I think it went to like maybe $1. I was honestly trying to be greedy and I was looking for at least $1.52. I didn't get it and ended up taking out a loss at 159.50s. Waited for it to come back up, and now you can kind of have a short there as we talked about below 150. So whenever we tell you guys, hey, here's what I'm looking at, here's what I'm going to do at this area, make sure you kind of plan around it, set up your own alerts because we can't always just call things out. So I am short DOCU. If it goes up and comes back to test 150, you can go ahead and get some puts again if you wanted to. But for now, I am going to be short DocuSign here. For Apple AAPL, I am going to go ahead and grab, what is this? The December. So this week's 165 calls. Again, very risky. I went ahead and paid 77 cents for it. Hoping for a break of 165 and get above. But for now, those are the two trades that I'm in. DocuSign short, Apple long. Again, Apple long. Already made money on that one.
All right, Monday already flushed. I want to start talking about short strategies here. So one of the things that I want to teach you guys is how to start shorting, right? The evil shorts out there. BA was a beautiful short right here, right out the gates, guys. This is what you want to be seeing, kind of a bullish look at pre-market. Then we're going to look for a crack of support. This is exactly what this stock does right out the gate. It cracks at support, then comes back to VWAP. That's what we're looking for, guys. So right here out the gates, you get down move, back to VWAP. That's where we're going to go short, and we're going to look to hold the resistance right above that. So you could have been an out at 2030, getting in right here on the VWAP 199.80s, and then you look for that next level down. You could have been killing VA right now. I would have took some profits at that next support. So right here at 198, I would have been taking my first profit, and then I would have been letting the rest of it just run, break even. Just want to start breaking down those types of trades.
I have a shameless plug. It's not a shameless plug. It's a non-shameless plug. We are starting a new segment today on our Benzinga Live show. The Benzinga Live airs every day from 11:30 to 2. Today at 1 o'clock, we're doing a segment with Trade Zero about how to short. And it's actually it's like the basics. It's like the fundamentals of shorting. Basically, if you have a question about shorting and you're too afraid to ask it on this segment today at Benzinga Live, 1 o'clock Eastern time. There is no such thing as too dumb. We're literally going to explain in simple terms what shorting is, how it works, what is actually happening behind
CYAD, guys. Sorry. We called the levels out early. There's 5, 10, 519. Sorry, Mitch. Or
1 o'clock Eastern time, how to short with Trade Zero. Check it out. I also do need to hop in someone and prepare for that show. So I don't want to leave before I get to see what Mitch has in store. Mitch.
All right, guys. I don't normally do this at 9:42.
Yeah.
I apologize if this distracts you a little bit. If it does, maybe try to stay away or lower down your volume right now. But we're going to take a little pause here in our trading to have some fun. Last time I did do a little Christmas celebration. So I thought that's not fair. We can't just only celebrate Christmas. What happened to the Hanukkah guys, right?
Yeah, what happened? What about Hanukkah?
What about Hanukkah, right? So I thought there would be no other way of celebrating Hanukkah than having a Spencer Adam Sandler.
Put on your yarmulke, here comes Hanukkah. So much Hanukkah to celebrate Hanukkah. Hanukkah is the festival of lights. Instead of one day of presents, we have 8 crazy nights.
There you go, my friend.
Well done. Happy Hanukkah, or as Smokey Robinson says, Chanukah to all.
And Zunaid was singing too. I saw him draking out.
Oh, God.
Hanukkah. Dated right Hanukkah.
Wait, who is that? Who is that? Who's that? Who is that actually?
That's Drake.
That's Drake.
That's Drake.
That's
damn.
Drake.
I haven't seen Drake like that in a minute. Hey, I'll take Drake. I'll take Drake like that.
Whew, that's funny.
I love it. I love
That's some funny stuff right
I
there.
got up, guys. Everyone.
Mitch, you are absolutely killing it with the new assets, man.
Great
It is
job,
something to
job,
see.
Mitch.
Hey,
That was great.
the only way, guys. Let's have some fun. Let's do some trading. All right, guys. If you guys see some stocks out there, you guys are in a trade, let me know. I looked for that Monday short, wasn't able to get the fill in there. Definitely shorted today. It was a beautiful short. Call out buy. Shout out to my man. Look, I actually got something. Look. Shout out to my man Spencer, the dark side. Calling out Monday here short. He called this out on pre-market prep. We've been looking at this stock to break down. We saw what happened to DOCU and Asana. He said it before, guys, on pre-market prep. Look at that killer trade. My man Spencer is killing the game right now, guys. So definitely, if you don't check that out, smash the like button and get into pre-market prep because Spencer's on a roll here. All right, guys, let's keep it going. What are you guys seeing out there? What's the fast move of the day?
CYAD, baby. That worked perfectly. That trade plan was perfect. I couldn't interrupt it because of Adam Sandler's comic genius.
There you go. You got it, man.
Applied. But CYAD, this trade worked out perfectly, right? We bottomed a little bit here. As soon as we started to trade back up on volume, that was your key. 490, 510, 519, all levels that got destroyed. Quick in and out on this one. Let's reset and look for the next one. So this trade is a no trade unless we set up to take out this day high again here. So far, we're not doing that. We'll see if this comes back on, but nice quick one there. We outlined it before it happened.
All right, guys. So we're getting towards that 9:45 time. You could get some pops into the VWAPs now, so that's what I'm going to be looking here. If you guys see anything that's moving good, let me know.
I'm going to go ahead
start
and
going
take
through the chat here. Go ahead.
my DocuSign play. I'm going to go ahead and take. I'm going to be a little greedy. I'll only take about a third of it off here at the 145 level. You're up about 30% on those contracts. So I'm going to go ahead and take that off on the DocuSign. The rest I'm going to take off around 141. When I say rest, another third. And then after that, I'll hope for about 136s on that trade. So that's my short on DocuSign. Those are my targets. And of course, if we get above, let's just say to 151, I will go ahead and stop out. But so far, looking very, very nice.
All right, watching Square and kind of those kind of stocks come back here. We'll see if they can get to the VWAP. I might get short on one of those. PayPal looking horrible right now. MasterCard also crushing down. We'll see if we can get these to pop back.
That's what looks horrible right now. DK.
Which one?
DraftKings.
DK?
Yep.
Thanos is short.
Donkey Kong.
The new definition of getting drafted here, folks. This is just, it's been just nothing but down since what? September 10th, the start of the football season. It's been nothing but downhill since then. What happened to Mitch?
I'm back like a track.
Yeah, Chanos is short DraftKings. He's also short Dash.
Yep.
I love my shorters out there. Power to you guys out there. The dark side.
The dark side.
Welcome to the dark side, I say. They don't know the power of the dark side until they see it. But today is one of those days
it consumes your soul and your destiny. That's the trade-off there.
I mean, come on out there. Can't all be Yoda.
That's true. That is true.
All right, looking at BA coming back. It's trying to hit the VWAP. It didn't hit it. It's already flushing down, looking weak. Looking for one at VWAP. Guys, can you guys get me a flusher that's coming to VWAP here? Trying to get in a trade. But, I mean, hey. Oh, man, what a day to go short. There was too many people that were, like, way too bullish this morning. That jobs number, that wasn't a good thing.
Well, so that's exactly why I asked Spencer that question. That's exactly why I asked, because it was.
I'm so annoyed I'm late to the party today.
Are we in a scenario where bad news is good news, or are we actually needing some good news?
What I talked about in the pre-market show with Spencer was that I think the market's looking for negative catalysts. It's literally looking for it. It's like, give it to me, feed me.
I think that's why you got a sell-off last Friday from the Omicron stuff, is because everyone was looking for that negative catalyst. Things are extended. They want it to reset. They want the value trade to be back. By the way, CYAD coming back on here, 515. It's really trying to push. I wouldn't be surprised if we take out that 532 day high. No position though. No position right now for me.
All right, I got one that I'm going to try to attack here. SPT. I got this one yesterday for a small gainer. I'm going to look to get this one again. I needed to get towards 102.41. The only thing with this one is it's spready. So be careful, guys. I need to throw my order up there and see if it gets filled. I'll let you guys know if I do get the fill.
I got to see if there's anything else to play.
Yeah, so someone was asking about Baba earlier. So I'm going to read you. This is not for me. This is a name that I really, really trust. This is someone that's actually been a mentor to me in my trading career. Gave his thoughts on Baba back in September. I just want to read that to you here, because here we are. Baba continues to sell off here. Says now that Baba is 146. It's 112 now. All those that told me that loading up at 165, 170, they don't feel so good. These names carry incalculable risks. Your trade is now an investment in a communist, non-audible company. And that's the type of things that we were saying. Every time that we talked about Baba on this show, if I recall correctly, we were talking about trading it, not holding it, not swinging it, not investing.
Oh, never.
Simply trading it back and forth. And you're seeing exactly why right here.
Yeah, no, never.
Just
not something you want to.
Pre-market prep personality, Dennis Dick, quote, growth getting assassinated again. DOCU down $90.
It's incredible. Just matter of fact,
38%.
let me see what those docu. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Hold on,
The puts, yeah.
dude.
Short
the
guys,
puts.
short Visa, short Visa.
You're short Visa now?
Yeah,
How are you short? What'd you get? Oh, your commons or
commons.
oh, okay.
I don't do that other life.
That other life.
Dude, the 150 puts on docu yesterday were going for at the close for maybe like 5-10 cents. At this moment, they are $10, which is about a 25,000% increase. Whoo, baby! By the way,
Market really pulling here, folks. Be careful.
yes, it is. And if you go ahead and take a look at my docu chart right over here, you can see I've got an alert set at 141.11 to go ahead and take the next piece of my short. And I swear to God, if I literally miss it, what is that? I missed it by, oh my goodness. Come on, come back down. Come back down. Look how close I was to taking it. Anyway.
All right, Visa looking good right here. Let's see if it cracks. Why I went short Visa is because I wanted to short SQ, but I missed this VWAP bounce. Look how clean that was.
Yeah.
Nice, clean short there, guys. This is exactly the strategy I love when I'm shorting. It's VWAP bounce trades into stories that I feel have turned around. And so those are the ones that I'm looking for. Stories that turn around, that look bullish, but now aren't. Like Lucid is a clear example of that. Boom. I'd be looking for a VWAP bounce fade in here up to maybe 48 now, bounce, and then flush that right back down to 46.50. We'll see what happens.
I typed it in the chat, but docu went ahead and covered another 1/3 at that 141 level that I told you. The next level for me to profit target is going to be 136. We'll see if we get it.
All right, let's take a look at the SPY here, see if we're going to get a 10 o'clock reversal here, or we're going to get a 10 o'clock push down through the low here. So I'm pulling up the SPY here for you guys. You guys are seeing how it went down here. We could catch a bounce right here, so we want to see this low break here. There's 456.24. It could wick there. You just don't want to see it close underneath that, which is 456.24. I'll repeat it. We're just wicking right now through that. Let's see if it creates a wick here or it actually closes lower than this. Let's take a look at the Qs also and maybe sectors out there. Everything is in the red now. Remember how we talked about rotation? Look at the rotation out of technology today. Look at that. So this is why I like to follow these sectors. This is why I work backwards. And if I looked at technology, I could go like this. Boom. What's down the most? Software and application. What am I shorting? Or what did I want to short? Monday, software application. SPT, also software application. So this is why I start using that kind of herd mentality. I tried to talk about it earlier. This is exactly what I teach on Money Mitch. And I think this is, at least for me, the best way to find the best types of plays out there.
So I'm just watching the market come in here really, really weak. I'm just going to go ahead and say this. I'm completely risk off until I see something else, either relative strength or some other type of event. I'm completely risk off. I'd rather not even fight this. I'd rather have this come in, settle around, and then try to trade from it. I'm not looking to get chopped up. I can be patient and let things kind of come in here. Bitcoin, I know Spencer dipped, so we don't get the Bitcoin update anymore. Bitcoin getting hit here too. So down about 900 points on BTC. VIX only at about 28, right? So we put in a high the other day at 32.61. Your VIX is currently at 28.7. So no reason to panic, but I'm just going to be tactical and kind of wait. Choppy, Chewy. You got it. Couldn't say it any better myself.
Well, I think it was we gotten some downside plays right out the gates.
Yep.
And now we're going to see if we get the bounce or not, right? Yep. One of the things is yesterday was such a strong day. Everyone was back in the bullish sense. And I think that was just a dead cat rally there.
Yeah. And Mitch, let me be clear. The reason that I'm saying risk off is because shorting is not part of my trading plan.
You see that, guys? What? Repeat that.
Shorting is not part of my trading plan.
So instead of trying to get in a game that you just don't always nail, what are you going to do, Ryan? You're going to go risk off, which is
yep. I'm going to go risk off and wait till things things meet my criteria. Now, here's the thing: if we enter a bearish tape, I'm going to be the one that has to adjust. I'm not going to be able to just kind of sit around and not trade and not do anything for an undisclosed amount of time, I'm going to have to adjust. But I'm not trying to do that on a knee-jerk reaction basis. So I'm going to be risk off today. I'm going to kind of watch what happens and wait for the setups that I'm looking for. And see, this is PJ's just said it right here. This is exactly what I'm hoping for. Finally getting the pullback we've been hoping for. Exactly. So I'm hoping that we pull back, maybe consolidate a little bit, and then kind of move back up, especially into the latter half of December here. So I'm willing to just kind of wait out, be risk off instead of chopping myself up.
What's up out there, guys? I hope you guys are having a decent day. And if you're not being able to trade on the short side, maybe you can start looking at inverse types of ETFs. One that I'd call out is SARK. Look at that bad boy today. Another move. If you want to short Kathy Wood, yes, this is one of my favorite plays right now. Look how this green's been. Look at this. That's a trend, guys. That just shows you how ARKK is coming on down, baby. So we'll see what happens there. But definitely, it's not looking good there. But SARK, you can look at DRIP for short, kind of against oil trade. SQQQ if you want to go against the Qs. What's the SPY one? I never use it, but I know there's a SPY leverage on the downside.
SQQQ. And that's
no, that's for the Qs. It's
TQQQ, right? No,
I forgot which one it is. I don't use that one that often, but the chat will help me out. I know the chat probably knows it.
Yeah, it's TQQQ, bro. I think you had a mistype there.
SPXS? Yeah, that's one of them.
SPXL is the other one.
XPXL? Okay. So, yeah, you can look at these. This one's 3X bear. So these are the ones that I look for day trades when the market's going down. Only day trades, because I don't like to swing into these because of the way the rebalancing works with leverage ETFs. You got to be careful overnighting them. But definitely SPX, not a bad trade there today. Nice VWAP bounce too. It did this little fake out to the bottom, then red to green, came above VWAP, bounced there right off the VWAP, and look where it is now, 19s. So it could have been a great trade there off the VWAP, 1860s, maybe risking off 1850s, 10-cent risk for a move up towards that 19 breakout. Even if you just got 19, that's going to be a nice 2%, 37 cents up. I think it was a nice trade there.
Asana here kind of plunging past its 200-day. I'll be honest, if be careful. I'm going to be risk off here. Potential bounce here on Asana. We'll see if this ends up holding up. I would say that if you are going to take this trade, a day low break or a day low test, you can probably cut that. I'm not in this though. I'm not, like I said, risk off. There was a Voodoo, I believe it was, said earlier. Shorting is 50% of the market opportunity. You're missing out on opportunities. You're exactly right on that. But in order to take advantage of those opportunities, I want to be prepared and have a plan, and I don't have that yet. So until I have that, it's not going to be something that I'm looking at. But you're absolutely right. That's why I said that if we're going to continue to be in a bearish tape, I'm going to be the one that has to adjust. I can't just wait the market out.
All right, going to look for that flush down here, guys. Let's see what happens here. Also look at the SPY. It did kind of create a bottom there at 455.16. Are we going to come back to VWAP here, or are we going to test that low again? That's an important look if you're shorting. Hi, Mitch. Can you share your VWAP settings? Well, VWAP settings are very different for each platform. Sometimes you'll get a different VWAP on other platforms. And really, I mean, they're trying to calculate intraday data. So, I mean, I can't blame them for being a little slightly off. But, I mean, mine with TCs are just set standard. There's nothing I changed on it. So,
PTPI going to take out 3 here, gone.
SPY trying to take out that low again. You see how it went right to it? Literally wicks right to it.
I'm bringing the SPY up. I'm actually just going to watch this at this point.
Yeah, because I mean, if you don't want to trade long, if you don't want to trade short, I wouldn't even trade if the SPY is like this.
Right. Wait till you're in a better environment. I mean, for sure. No, you want to put the odds in your favor, right? That's one of the things we talk about here with process all of the time. We want to be disciplined. And again, I'm not just going to have a knee-jerk reaction to what I'm seeing. I want to be tactical about it. I'm not set up to short right now, so just going to wait it out.
Yep. All right, so here's going to be very important. I think we're either going to get that reversal or a continued bearish action move here in the SPY. Let's see if we get back towards VWAP. That will be a good move. Doesn't mean that we're going bullish, but at least we could start seeing maybe some reversals back to the VWAP. Then you want to see stocks get above VWAP and hold it. That can show you that the bulls are taking control, and that's what we're going to look for here. Let's see what happens in the SPY.
That's an excellent point, Mitch. And to be quite honest with you, that's what I would prefer to see, right? You know what I would have rather have today is I'd rather have us sell off a little bit, hold, and then trade back up and close green, then gap up 300 points on some number that's not actually good, and then give all of that back. So to your point about the reversal, and it does look like we're bouncing here, at least in the short term, your point about the reversal, if we get that, that would actually help. Man, PTPI blowing up through 3 now. That looked like it hit 320. Is still going. Volume is pouring in. PTPI. I am not in it though. I am not.
That bad boy.
Look at that, man.
That bad boy.
I'm going to take a short on Boeing here near VWAP. I'm going to go ahead and take the what is it? The 195 puts.
We
expiring this week.
Short process, Zunaid.
Basically, you've got, Boeing right now is down about, what is that, like 2.5%, and went ahead and tried to break VWAP a couple of times. You can see here on my chart right here, tried to do it 3 times on the 10-minute candles, couldn't do it, went ahead and got some puts, and of course, a break above VWAP would be my stop out, and so
Just
far you can see it's working out.
Add on Visa short. All right, guys, just hit the add on Visa short now. Now I want to get out if it gets above 197.30s. When I saw that VWAP rejection to get above VWAP and then start coming back down, I jumped on it, back on it. Average now is at 196.78. So I'm going to actually take off these spots so you can see where my average is. So I'm going to go ahead and draw what the average is. It's 196.78. So we're like right here.
Were you laughing, Ryan? What's up?
Yeah, I'm laughing because we've talked about this. It's not market related, so I'll keep this short. We have an incredible team here at Benzinga, and I don't know if you've been paying attention to college football, but Michigan has recently slayed Goliath. By beating Ohio State. Michigan State, not so much. So we have Michigan and Michigan State fans, and we're having a little discussion this morning that is cracking me up. One of my teammates is asking what time MSU plays football tomorrow. Of course, they don't have a game. So it's just, I'm having a good time over here, just kind of waiting for the market to bleed itself out.
Well, today is one of those days that you could definitely say that
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
who let those dogs out, man? The dogs are out, the dogs are barking, and the bears are coming in. What's going to happen out there, guys?
You've got the WHO, by the way. This is probably what's helping out the market take it down. So you've got the WHO saying that the new COVID variant detected in 38 countries, early data suggests that it's more contagious than Delta. That doesn't mean it's more deadly or lethal, whatever. It just means that it's more contagious. And of course, that helps our shorts on on DocuSign and Boeing. So
in fact, that often means that it would be less deadly if it's more contagious. And that would actually help us with herd immunity, right? Because you'd want it to spread and not do damage.
Lucid, baby. When it cracked that 50 yesterday, look at that bad boy. Hope somebody's profiting on that one. You know, I lost followers because I said to go short Lucid.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, I started laughing. I had to put it on Twitter, yo. I was like, guys, I lost 10 followers because I said go short Lucid. That's how it is,
funny.
Bro.
That's pretty funny.
You can't be against his stock, bro.
The best was when I said I wish I had 4 hands so I could give AMC 4 thumbs down. I did that on a Friday. Dennis Dick tweeted me and was like, hey, man, he's like, I'd turn your Twitter off because it's going to be bad for you. By the way, stock was in the 50 handle when I said that. So just saying.
Hey, I've been bullish and bearish AMC, right? And that's one of the things that I like to do.
To your credit, yes, you have.
So when we broke that 40 the last time on AMC, I said, be careful, guys. That's not a good level. We were supposed to go to 50. We weren't supposed to go back to 38. 38 was going to be that break of support. It was that fourth test. The rule of three, guys. Be careful. I think GME is the next one. If GME keeps breaking down, be careful. I would definitely. I don't say this often, guys, but you got to know your risk. And if GME goes, I think so will AMC.
Looking at the VIX here, it's at 29.50s. I'm keeping an eye on it. If it can break over 30 and head its way towards 31, it could be really bad for the market. So for now, I'm keeping an eye on all my shorts. Obviously, DOCU sign is well in the money, so that's okay. Baba's like maybe only about 5% or so in the green. But keeping an eye on the VIX here on the left, as I also keep an eye on my shorts.
Yeah, great call. And to just to kind of expand on that, I do think if we snap 30, it might accelerate a little bit. And then if you take 32.61 out, which is that recent high, you might get even further acceleration.
Yeah.
Look at GME today, guys. GME taking a nice hit there. I would have liked this short up here at 177s, but ever since we broke 200s, that was the level I said that we needed to hold. We were looking through the 250 breakout. It looked amazing. These are the charts that I like shorting right now. Stocks that were looking amazing, that were breaking out, had this bullish look, and now have done this the last couple of days. Look for this kind of action on those charts. Of course, one thing though to remember is as you keep going daily down, you are going to run into what? Those dead cat bounces. So you got to be careful and set those risks tight. Especially, I think, when you're shorting, I like to be even tighter on my risk than longs. Why? Because you're going against the primary trend. Primary trend of the market is what? Up. Always, guys. Look at the SPY. Regardless if we're correcting right now, overall trend is always up.
Ryan, what do you think about PTPI near this $3.08, especially with $3 being near VWAP and a break above it, you can go ahead and get out. Your first target would be like 324 and then higher.
Yeah, so looking at this, I got a 296 VWAP. It does look like it's kind of bouncing off that 3 handle. I don't necessarily see them. Take a look. Looks like we've got a little bit of a spot here at 314 and a little bit above it at 315. See if it clears that out. Should have no trouble with that. Really, what I'm looking for a trade here would be either a bounce off of VWAP. This was a little bit too far. Probably wouldn't have taken it, or a snap of that day high. So it does look like we're kind of coming back here. Again, I'm trying to scout that to lower my risk. If you were to take this here, it's probably going to be a better profit if it does end up snapping that. But we are extended. The one thing here, Zunaid, is that the volume, although it's nice, is slowing down from that big pop. So that's one way that you could potentially get trapped. If that volume picks up, though, that goes out the window.
I mean, as we've talked, it's already gone up about 8 cents. So I'm always a fan of pumping stocks. That's not a problem for me. But yeah, man.
Zach Morris?
Hey, we may hate him, but the guy does what he does. Yeah, it'll be interesting if it goes ahead and breaks that 325.
I don't really hate anybody. I just
I
do my own thing.
Same.
I hate him. It's all good.
I don't give a damn.
Let's keep going. All right, now I'm on that point. It's like break it or make it with my Visa trade right here, guys. So it's on that break point, right? And so this is when you want to see it flush out, not reversal to your price point. So you see the pattern, right? We got nice pattern here, nice flag, bear flag. And so you got what? We're going to do the rule of 3 here, guys. So 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch. From this point on, you can go back to the VWAP, but you have to flush down, at least from my understanding of the flag here. And you do got the supports underneath it. So now let's see. If we get a bounce here, it can't get back above this line. It needs to flush down through. We'll see if we get that flush.
Had Peter in the chat ask me what my target on Boeing was. Apologize if I didn't say it already, but 195.55 is my first target on Boeing. I'm not sure if it's like a further target, like a far one, but I mean, these contracts aren't exactly going as fast as I thought. Only up about 20%, even though we were short around like the 198s. But anyway, that's my target there. If you want, you could take some around like 196.20s, which is almost here. But that's personally what it is for me.
Real quick, let's go back to PTPI because things changed here. They changed.
Yes,
quickly.
they did.
This is. I'm glad that you asked me what we thought about, because this is exactly why I told you that you either want to wait for
take some
the
profits,
VWAP
guys.
or wait for a crack of the day high, because you were floating around in no man's land and they pulled that, and they pulled it hard. Now,
Yeah.
I've got a VWAP reading here of 298. We got a current price of 294, 293. So we're a little bit below it. I would say that on a reclaim here, especially if you see volume pouring in, maybe you do get that VWAP bounce. But this is exactly why the two options I gave you were to wait for come into VWAP or wait for the high to get taken out, because this thing got pulled. Here we are reclaiming VWAP, right? So I still have a VWAP reading of 298. We're at 298 right here. I think if this snaps, maybe we get a pop. We'll watch.
Definitely should be interesting.
195 30s or 40s, and then I'm going to take some profit in Visa.
You've got the VIX over 30 now, so you can see things starting to get a little short. There's Boeing at 196. Go ahead and take some if you want.
And now we took, and on PTPI, we took out 3 after we did bounce off that 298 level. Let's see if we can continue here or if it gets slammed back down. Great call on that VIX, Zunaid. You nailed that. As soon as we went above 30, the selling looked to intensify. We'll see if we find a bottom or if we take out those highs.
Yeah, this BTPI, I feel like, so Ryan, or I guess Mitch, if you play these type of stocks as well, I kind of want to grab maybe 1/4 of a size just to see. Well, now it's already gone. Never mind. What I was going to say was, in a market like this, where you've got the NASDAQ already down 1.5%, the SPY almost 1%, you still feel comfortable playing these type of stocks? Do they not get impacted as much, if you will?
Well, the one thing that I'd be looking at in terms of this stock, at least, is that this stock is clearly showing some relative strength, right? We got the market bleeding completely. This stock still looks like it wants to push up. We of course don't know where it's going to go, but this would be one of the stocks that I would look to, simply because there's volume here, there's eyeballs here, there's buying interest here. And if I look around the rest of the market, I don't see a lot of buying interest. I see a lot more selling interest. So
one of the things with a stock like this is, so you got to establish rules, right?
Yes.
So rules are important, right? And so one of the rules when I was a just pure day trader was that I wasn't going to trade any stock long unless the SPY was over 1% upside or getting into the green. If the SPY was red, I wasn't going long. But this doesn't necessarily mean that you have to follow this. This is just one method that I use to try to only long when the overall market was in my direction. But this doesn't mean that you got to follow that either. And so it's always subjective there. But what I tried to do is try to make an objectiveness out of that subjective thought. The thought process is, well, I mean, the market's going down. Why is this parabolic stock going up? It doesn't make sense. Well, stocks trade with correlation to the market, and then there's stocks that don't trade correlated to the market. This looks like a stock right now that's uncorrelated to the market move. And so you could trade it, but you have to understand that the overall market is still coming down. So you have a little bit more risk than if the overall market was going up.
PTPI pushing now?
All up to you
there it is.
At the end of the day.
Yeah, there's PTPI creeping up over 307. By the way, that Baba, this is why I was afraid of that 196 bounce. We got it. Unfortunately, like I said, I wasn't going to take my profits there, but I hope you listened to my cautiousness, and you did. I'm still waiting for 195.55. And yeah, there's PTPI, man. 314 now.
So this is what we talked about, right? So we did go a little bit beneath that VWAP. We actually went to the pivot, right? Person's pivot was 291 on that, which looks like the actual bottom of this candle. Let me get you an exact reading on that. 291, literally to the penny. We bounced off that pivot, and now we're making a move towards high. So Zunaid, going back to your trade plan, you had asked, I'm thinking about taking maybe a quarter size here.
Yeah,
that's actually really good discipline, right? You understand that the stock is extended. We've got a market that's really weak, and we're looking at something that seems to be trading on momentum. So legging in or lowering your position size to start keeps your capital more protected in case your plan doesn't work out. As that pushed up, you could make the decision whether or not you want to add or simply just take your gains off the table and reset and wait for another trade where you already have a profit buffer kind of built up. So maybe you can hold that a little bit longer.
Yeah, no, appreciate the insights, which I wanted to ask you. It looked like it did hold that 290 pretty well, and obviously now it's at 309. It'll be interesting to see if it does break that high day of 330s plus.
Take care, PJ. Enjoy your golf. Stay on those fairways.
Come on, VIX. Just go. Just go, VIX. At least go ahead and touch like the $30.31. Yeah, that'd be nice. Cool. Why not?
What's up? What's up out there? I wish I had the music playing. Today was definitely one of those days I would have played some music.
Yeah, might have cheered up the market here. It's tough on days like this, right? Especially for us long bias traders. You know, it's like we want to trade things to the upside, and when you just look around and everything's getting killed and people are scared, and you know, it makes it a little bit tougher. Maybe music will help that out.
Yeah, you know, one of the things that I'm going to be looking for next year is if we're going to need to be shorting. You know, one of the things, if we keep running into environments like this, we're going to need to at least be able to short, at least I think. So it might be time to start learning that. If you haven't done so, maybe start looking into patterns that you can go short on and how you could actually trade that.
ARDX might have a buyer. I think maybe we would wait for it to take out maybe 180? Maybe 180 here. Some good volume here though.
All right, SPY coming back, guys. Looking to start seeing some bounces. So be careful out there, like Zunaid and I that are shorting right now. We got to keep an eye on it because the SPY could reverse us.
Yep. And see, that's why I was telling you, Mitch, if I was prepared to short, I would have that plan kind of already laid out, but I'm not. And so I don't necessarily want to just take the knee-jerk reaction. I'll stop saying it. I feel like I've said it too many times today.
Not a worry. I mean, there was definitely an opportunity to short right out the gate.
Yeah, no question. No question.
Just like yesterday, there was an opportunity to go long right out the gates, right? That cat bounced. It bounced hard yesterday. You had that opportunity. Yeah. Some stocks went up 20 points right off the first move.
Big pushes right out of that first move, yeah.
And so those are the times where you need to kind of look at the market. Also give yourself kind of like those bottom outs. Always know you're out. And it's okay to take decisions. This is when I talk about how trading really isn't necessarily about finding one strategy that is just the holy grail. Trading is about finding out how you can stick to your execution of your plan.
And one of the things that I was told when I first got into this, one of my buddies was older and had been doing this for a number of years, almost a decade at that point. And he was saying, you know, Ryan, the market changes every 6 months or so on average. And you have to change with it, because if you don't and you try fighting the trend, you're going to end up hurting yourself. And so maybe we're in the middle of a change here. And if that's the case, I want to make sure that that's going to stick around, and I want to get myself prepared for that. Got to adapt to the market. Got to.
Adding small size just because who knows what's going to happen to my Boeing puts here as a test of VWAP at the 198 level. Around 198.50s, I'll probably go ahead and get stopped out, which might be pretty soon here.
Yeah, I might get stopped out also, guys.
Let's see what it does.
ARDX took out 75.
I might be a little stubborn with this Boeing one.
So one thing that I would use now, guys, is you could look at a 1 minute, and you want to see that 1 minute. If it closes above VWAP, closing above VWAP could do kind of what's called a fake out, but I use that as my out here. So we'll see if we close above VWAP here.
I just don't see this going back above 200.
It's all good. Stick to your trading plan, man.
Yeah, stick to the plan. Don't be shaken from your plan.
Well, so far been saved by 15 cents. We'll see what happens. The VIX is coming down to 28.50s.
Remember, guys, when I talked about Visa, that it could come back to the VWAP, but we really wanted to go back above that because that's that support hold, right? So now you got those 3 support holds. You got 3 resistance tries, the resistance on the downside. So we'll call it support. We'll look for it to flush now. If it gets above that candle right here, the last candle, we wouldn't want to see it back above 196.93s because it can hit 197 immediately up there. So we'll see if it flushes out here and if we get this trade.
Come on, VIX. Come on, Pale.
You guys out there, I want to take a second for you guys to smash the like button. Do me the favor, guys. If you guys haven't done so or can do so right now, please go ahead and smash that like button. We need the likes to keep us on. We want to do this absolutely every single day. And one of the things is, we want to also make sure that we stay live here and we don't go away. How we do that is you guys out there hitting the share button, hitting the like button, and letting everyone know that you could live trade right here on Benzinga.
Man, this DocuSign. Look how close I was to my third freaking cover on these. Missed it by what? Like
that docu?
Well, I guess when I zoom in, it doesn't seem as close, but it was like $1, but still.
Hey, it's not a bad trade, man. Not a bad trade. I like.
I mean,
yeah,
it was a $10 move, so yeah, you gotta adjust. And by the way, I apologize. I know my phone always dings. It's just because I have alerts and all that stuff that I
That's
try
all
to
right,
pay attention
man.
to. So my apologies.
Don't apologize for that.
For
Alerts are helpful.
All right, guys. Well, I want to see the flush takeout here in Visa now. If not, I'm just going to stop out. I also have this thing where I call it like a ticking bomb, like an inner ticking bomb in a trade. And what it really stands for is the time frame that I'm getting in, right? So I got in on this trade on the 1 minute. So I shouldn't really be holding on to this trade longer, I say, than 15 minutes. Because after that, I'm out of that 1 15-minute candle, and I'm looking for instant gratification. So sometimes you guys will see me say that the ticking time bomb went off and I'm out of the trade. Why? Because the trade just doesn't go in my direction. The longer you're into trades as a scalper or on the 1 minute, I think you have more odds to go against your position than towards your position. So that's why at some point I call a ticking time bomb and I'm like, all right, I'm out of this trade. So it's been holding on way too long here.
Looking around here.
Jay Rice, hats off for that Monday call. Jay, Did you know? I don't think you're going to agree with that statement you just made, because the one that gave Monday to Spencer was me.
I thought when you first said that you said Jerry Rice, and I was like, what?
Jerry Rice. Not Jay Rice. Jay Rice, he loves me out there in the chat.
Dario asking, what are you using for alerts? TradingView. I mean, you guys see me kind of post alerts. Like right now, I've got one on DocuSign around 136.05. And the other ones, those are my limit orders and my stop losses and all those things that, alert me when they've been hit. Because obviously I'm playing multiple things. I want to kind of know what's going on. That way I can pay attention to it. DocuSign is, Boeing is at that 198.50s. I'm still going to go ahead and stay short. Since these are lottos, please go ahead and manage your risk. I've had a really nice move on DocuSign to the short side. So I'm going to go ahead and use that.
All right, just
profit.
hit an add on Visa. Saw the level 2 change up. Go bid really hard. I just added there at the 50s. Sorry, guys. That was a little excitement there for me.
No worries. Hope it works out for you.
Not being excited. Beach Bum, take care of yourself, man. Have a great weekend. Be safe.
Break even on the rest, guys. We're not going to let it go into the red anymore. We're just going to let it either wash out here and get us in the green, or I'm going to be out of the trade. Beach Bum, I need to come. I'm coming to Florida, man. You might have to sneak on up. I know you're in Melbourne. Sneak on up.
What is this?
I'm going to Coco. All right, guys. If you guys have a stock moving out there, let me know. The GOAT saying that my Amazon puts are printing. Let's get it.
Question is, do we continue any of this reversal or not?
Don't worry, I'm about to get stopped out, so that'll be a good sign for you, Ryan.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
If I get stopped out, might be a good sign for you.
I mean, I'm not
rooting
for you to lose money. I'm not rooting for you to lose money. I'm not.
No worries.
He's not long anything, are you, Ryan?
No.
But he's looking. He's looking.
Oh.
But I think what he's saying, Zunaid, is that if we do hold and things look to be repairing, maybe it'll be a risk on. And he's saying that that's good.
Yeah. Oh, there's a Boeing trade. Should have taken profits at that 196.
There's always a hater out there. Always a hater. What I say to that hater? You know what I say?
EA Sports.
It's only a game.
It's only a
Why does it
game,
have
bro.
to be mad?
It's only a game.
Wait,
Don't be
who's
so
your
mad.
hater? Did someone say something in the chat?
Yeah, someone said that they would watch us every day if Mitch wasn't on.
Oh, why don't they like you? What the hell?
They don't like me, man. They don't like me.
I think
EA
it's because your
Sports.
tech issues. They didn't like it.
It's in the game, bro. It's in the game.
Anyway, Boeing hopefully rejecting from that 199 for the final time. The reason I'm being stubborn is because I'm hoping that $200 level will be the whole number resistance in this type of market. That's the main reason I'm being stubborn about it. It could blow up in my face very easily, which is why I told you guys to take profits at that 196, which is exactly where it bounced. But let's see. Plenty of time left. Lucid rejecting from VWAP at the moment. If anyone wanted to go short Lucid. VIX is trying to creep back up above 30. That gives me a little bit of hope.
It was rejected at 30, or at least around there. So
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, rejected exactly. It was what was it? 30.28, smacked right back down to about 29 below, and now it's back up a little bit. So seeing what happens here.
About to get stopped out, guys.
On your Visa?
Yeah. You can't get above this VWAP. If not, I got to get out.
Wait, are you long or short?
Short, my friend.
Oh, that's right. You went commons.
Commons. Yeah, I'm out. Just got out, guys. Small loss, $11 loss. I'm going to control it there. I'm not going to – I gave myself the chance, right? The ticking time bomb. My bomb's off. If it doesn't go anywhere in a certain amount of time, I get out of the trade.
Where do you learn how to short? Well, Spencer went ahead and told us that he's got a show coming up with Trade Zero, which is a wonderful direct broker that I'm familiar with. I don't use them as often. So you can kind of stick around. I don't know what time that was. Maybe Mitch knows.
12:15, I believe. But I'll double check with that going into the end of the day. Looks like I might have gotten faked out of their Visa, but I'd rather be out of the trade here than be stuck into a push out above VWAP. But one of the things that you could also look for, and it shows up on a 1 minute, they call it a VWAP fake out fade. So where it goes above 3 times, then crushes down through the support. I could stay in here and kind of battle there, but I didn't want to let it get back above VWAP when we flushed down and I added on that little flush. So I made sure that it wasn't going to get me into the red deep here. So we'll see what happens on that one. Really, I mean, out the gates, Monday was the probably the best one out the gates here. I did like that short. I just missed it out the gates. And then SQ was another good one. I wanted to get this VWAP short right here, this bounce. That would have been a beautiful trade. You know, you could have get down right here to the support 180s. You could have been cashing out right there. So we'll see what happens out there. Now we're starting to get some bounces. Let's see the SPY holding. One of the things that I always look for is that 5-minute reversal. Nice little 5-minute reversal sign right here at 10:15. So we'll see if that kind of holds now. That's 453 on the downside. Looks like we're moving back to VWAP. We'll see what happens on the SPY.
Apple looks like 1.5 points off the lows here. Things definitely look better temporarily, but again, PTPI going now. We didn't want to knee-jerk reaction to the downside. We also don't want to do the same thing to the upside, right? So,
yeah, you don't want to get too crazy on both sides right now, or like I want to, right? I want to go long now, right? But that's just my mentality because I got stopped out short. I'm not going to go and jump into that until I see an overall reaction here in the SPY, whether it's above VWAP or down below that 453. That would be when I'd make the next trade instead of just trying to be into a next trade immediately. I need it. Yeah. I'm just going to hold off, relax. It's okay. You don't need to be jumping into every opportunity you see out there. Choppy now, sitting on the hands into the close, says Crypto Morning Show. Hey, I'm sure you are like a lot of people out here.
Let's check up on the PTPI. All right, still hanging out above 8, or excuse me, above 3. 8 would be really nice, wouldn't it?
8.
So, like I always say, guys, this is not for kids because there's going to be times where I'm going to say,
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
sometimes you got to say it. Sometimes you just got to say it, my friend.
Oh, Mitch, you are hilarious.
Because, I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to happen sometimes. We're going to take a loser. It'll happen.
Yeah, it looks like VIX just doesn't want to go ahead and give up that 28.72. That's the main thing that's keeping me in my shorts.
Man, look at that SPY just playing games with you. Playing games with you. All right, so if the SPY breaks the low, I could reshort Visa. But I would want the SPY to start attacking that low.
Tesla's below that 1050 area, but I'm already in too many shorts to try to play anything else. Let me see what else we've got here. Let me take a look at Roblox. RLX. Roblox, I wouldn't want to short this, but I need it to come up at least about the 115 for me to have a better risk reward. Even though this could easily see downside, just doesn't have the right risk reward for me like Boeing did, like DocuSign did. But, man, if this VIX can get over that 30 and get on up, good God.
Well, VIX looks like it's pulling back here.
I'm sure a lot of people are calling the SPY and being like, you know what? You know what, SPY?
Ooh, you suck.
You suck, SPY. You suck, SPY.
PTPI looking like it's going for the high there. Size at 30.
Let's see, PTPI.
All right. We're starting to get that break in the SPY. I try to scalp here.
Let's see here. What is those contracts?
What's going to happen, SPY? What you want to do? What you want to do?
Where did we purchase those?
PTPI getting pulled off that 330 spot. We'll see if we actually take it out next test here. How does the VIX look? VIX is elevated, JD.
VIX elevated still?
Yep, 29.41 right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've got it pulled up here. Past 20, 30 minutes or so, just kind of in that range of 28.60s to $30, waiting for it to make a decision. And yeah, PTPI 323.
Put you up, Zunaid.
Cool. Yeah, you've got VIX right here, like I was talking about, in that range, right over here for the past 20, 30 minutes. Waiting for it to kind of, obviously for me, I'm in short, so I'm waiting for it to go ahead and pop over. This is the Boeing trade here. I'm really hoping that it doesn't break this $200 level right over here. And this DocuSign, we were short from the break of 150. So that's been a really, really nice trade. You can see right here was my area to take my third profit, but didn't quite get it. Missed it by $1. And Ryan, PTPI, now looking at 326.
We got it. Watch that 330 spot. Highlighted a quote here from Ron. Ron took LGVN at 23.10 out at 25.50. Great job, Ron. I think you hit that before.
Ron in the chat.
Ron is the man.
Yeah, Ron is the Ron, this is like the second time I see you kill it, my friend.
Yeah,
power to you. You know what? I called that a money drop for my boy. Let's get a money drop going here. That's for you, Ron.
Bang.
Get that money. Get that money, man. That's what I like to see.
And ARDX continuing to push up here. So got a couple of things going here finally. We just had to. This is why we had to wait some of that out. Market now is pulling though. It looks like that's going to try to.
All right, looks like we're going to get that crack. Looks like the short of Visa again is going well here. 196.31. I'm actually about 35 cents lower than I was, but when I got stopped out for a very small loss, which gives me an ability to get back in, right? I always like to get back in the trade if I can feel that I see the trend shifting here. And so the SPY, we were looking for it to crack that low, go towards that low. We're looking at it right now. We want to see that break on that downside for the shorts to start flushing down here. Visa looking great there. Look at that. That flush out. Now we're up more than we lost. So what we're going to do is if it breaks support here at 195, we're going to take some off so that we can be in the green for the day. And then we'll see if it keeps crushing that down. How are your trades going over there, Zunaid?
Looking pretty good with the VIX creeping up now against $30. The Boeing went ahead and rejected. So far, it's looking nice. Waiting for DocuSign to participate and come on back down $3. That's where I'll take my next target. I'm not in PTPI, but I have an imaginary trade in my head. So I'm looking to see what could have happened, would have happened, should have happened. But those are the stocks that I'm keeping an eye on. But yeah, you've got 7 cents away from $30 on the VIX, waiting for it to crack and giddy up, which will really help out the shorts here, which is where we pretty much are at the moment.
All right, guys, putting out an order at 195.39 here to close some. We'll see if we get some closed, take some profit, and then look to see the rest if it can continue down.
This time, if it does
get spot looks like, man.
The what? I'm sorry, what stock?
ARDX. Nice little push
ARDX.
up that 155 level.
Yeah. The pre-market highs is
the buy
too.
spot was already the buy spot for the first trade had already took place. It would have done that on a 180 break. So we're only 9 cents above that, unless you were actually buying the dip. But this didn't come on my scanner until that dip was already reversed.
Yeah, it looks like the pre-market highs is about $2.
Yep. And I wouldn't be surprised if that got tested today. Would not be surprised.
Tech is holding a little bit more decent than the SPY there. They put in a strong candle there. So what happens here, we can get below 453. We're not seeing that close below that. It keeps wicking down there and then came right back up.
AMD breaking. I actually haven't looked at AMD today. That's
Ooh, I haven't either.
Ooh, AMD is kind of coming back. Man, AMD, this is really down from the highs, isn't it?
Ouch.
One,
Yeah,
two,
it was-
three,
what
4
was it?
sessions, and we're down from 165. So we're down 22 points in 4 sessions. Pretty big move here on AMD.
Good call out. Nowhere,
Yeah,
man.
Great call out. Great call out.
All right, guys, we got over 742 viewers right now. If you guys could do the favor, smash that like button. Let's keep going. Hit the subscribe. We've been adding a lot of subscribers from this show. One of the things that we're going to keep doing is do this every single day. And when you can't see us live, you will always still have us in the chat. One thing that I wanted to tell everybody, I know that there's going to be times where we do have an all-access event. That doesn't mean that we're not going to keep trading, guys. Out there, what we're going to do is we're going to jump into the chat room. We're going to be more of a chat room there. You're going to still get probably Ryan and I in the chat room looking at some trades, calling out some levels. So stick around, guys. This is where you want to be in the morning, whether it's learning from new companies or watching us trade.
That AMD short was nice from that 150 break. Same principle of that 150 on AMD and also DocuSign. Both of them, as soon as they cracked 150, went ahead and started running up, or excuse me, running down. You can see AMD right here tried to test it after the break. Couldn't quite get over it. Couldn't get quite over the previous close, which was 150.68. And now you're looking at a 143. Pretty bad.
Ryan Lucid rejecting off the VWAP, says Paint Surgeon. SoFi, says Chad Base Master. Is SoFi coming down? Yeah, I had a feeling with this
SoFi.
one.
I was actually just taking a look at that, Mitch. I'd like to know what your thoughts are on here. SoFi support looks to be around a 14 handle. That's what I see off the chart here.
It's a little hard. I actually had a conversation with someone in pre-market prep about this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if they're in the chat right now, but maybe we could have that conversation also here. So with SoFi, one of the things that I mentioned was it looked a lot to me like Genie, and that scares me. What did Genie have? It had the same kind of look. Look at the monthly candles. same kind of look, bullish. If it breaks this 13 or 14, it could do the same thing that Genie did. And that scares me because, look, bullish, then went down to this. It looked like it was just going to hold support too and broke and then started coming really down. So I'm not saying that that's going to happen to SoFi, but I would just be careful. I don't want to see people get caught into these bags anymore. Like I got caught on that. I was doing more of an investment trade, trying to hold it for more than a year. But as you guys can see, it definitely did not pay off. If I would have sold it, I actually could have sold it up here at 24 or 25. So it's one of those trades where there was a point I was up 40% on the trade. And now, not all the shares, because I did sell some of them up there. But now I'm down about 25 to 28%, somewhere in between there right now. And so this is why it's you don't want to be holding these bags. You don't want to get caught, you know. And it happens, man. Oh, it was Rich. It was Rich that I was talking about with SoFi. So we talked about also the earnings and how he wanted to state SoFi had a little bit better earnings report. I mean, personally, I think they were very similar earnings report. So I'm going to be looking to see if SoFi can hold that support. Right now, it's definitely on the downside, but we'll see if it can find that support. Of course, bank charter news could also fix this, right? It's still looking for that bank charter, and that news still hasn't come out. So look for that to maybe be the savior here. You got to look for a positive catalyst. Right now, it's negative catalyst because of the other fintech kind of stocks like SQ, PayPal. All these stocks are suffering right now, really. All right, guys. That's why I'm short Visa, guys. Let's see if we get this finally flushed down, man. I've been trying to get out at 95.39. I had put out an order. Still haven't gotten hit yet. It's a little bit harder to trade these when they're not moving that fast. Square would have been a better trade here. Look how Square really broke down. You see how I would much rather have gotten that VWAP fade on Square here than how Visa's trade is setting up.
All right, there's that VIX, by the way, above 30, but it hasn't broken the previous high, which was 30.28 just yet. Boeing, you can see coming back down, possibly to test 196.50s, and there it goes. Let's see what DOCU is doing, since that's my other short here. DOCU still trying to test the previous low here, but VIX starting to perk up just a bit, which is a good thing, by the way, for our shorts.
Can we get one more flush? That BA looking beautiful, man.
Yeah, VIX high of day. Those ads on Boeing, now you're getting paid real nice on those. What were my ads on Boeing?
Way to stick to the trade. Way to stick to the plan.
Thank you.
He had the pressure. I can tell you that, guys out there. He had the pressure on him.
100%.
My man stuck with it. So, hey, bow down to the team.
Just take profits.
Bow down, man.
Just take profits as you can. Look, I'm not going to make the mistake here. The ads that I had on Boeing near that 199 level, I'm going to go ahead and cover some here because now we are at that 196 where we bounced before. So the ads were at 82 cents. I just went ahead and exited at $1.23. So about a 40-cent move on the ads. The rest, I'm going to go ahead and wait till that initial target that I had at 195.55 on Boeing, and still waiting for DocuSign to hit 136.10.
I'll play it for you, Zunaid. I'll play it for you, my friend.
What's your plan? I try.
Only one way, guys. If you guys are enjoying us trading with you guys, definitely smash that like button. Let's keep it going. We're getting towards 10:45. Normally, I'd get these guys out of here, but I know they're really eager to trade. I'll let them leave when they got to get on out of here. Today, I know is one of those days that it's just hard to leave the market. It looks exciting out there, but definitely smash the like. We're going to keep it going. And if you guys want us to keep going past 11, we need to hit 400 likes out there. So you guys smash on up and keep us going. I'll stay with you until 11:30, but only if we hit that like and support the stream.
And you guys, today it's kind of a rough day. Look, everything is red out there. But if you are green today, you are doing real good. I was taking a look at Jeannie when we were having a discussion here in the chat.
Yeah, no. Why is it a good thing if you're into the green today, Ryan? Explain a little bit more about that.
I'm sorry. Say that one more time. I was
So
looking at PTPI.
You just said that if you're in the green today, it's a good thing. Why would that be a good thing if you're in the green today?
Because today everything is getting hit. So if you manage to control your risk in such a way that you were able to avoid some of these big downdrafts in the market, and then also individual names, and then take a profit on top of that, that's doing real good. You're not being affected by some of the things that you're seeing out here. Your entries are good. Your exits are good. You're not being too greedy. You're not sticking around to watch your green position all of a sudden turn to red. So if you're green in anything today, you're finding your process is finding you the right tickers to trade, and your execution is on top of it, or is on point.
That's what I like to hear, guys. I'm seeing a lot of people in the chat saying they're killing it today. So, hey, power to you guys. We want you guys to have success, but always what we want the most is you working on your process, because that's what we're here for, guys. Because if you guys don't work on your process, then yeah, one green trade is one green trade. But the moment that you start taking 50 trades on, you better know how to trade, right? Because that's how you get crushed.
And if you take a look at PTPI, that really, man, that thing just really set up here. Let me bring that up.
Show us that nice little setup.
PTPI,
there.
Man, this thing has it's just been great, right? They took out that 290 spot. We had a pre-market spot that was near the intraday high yesterday. You took that out. That gave you a really good trade. It came back in towards that level, not quite touching it, back testing it. And as soon as that volume expand, look, we got another rush here that broke the day high here at 131. So again, all about the volume here, all about those different levels. This thing, we had called this from the beginning, right? We had talked about this right when the market opened. So this is a real good one. I know. Remember, Ron hit this. There were a couple of people in here that hit this. So.
All right, my Visa's not trying to wash out here, man.
Jimmy, I'm not sure if you were here when I was discussing the whole short thing. You're exactly right. I am a long bias, but I'm going to push back on this comment here. If you know how to short, you would be in the green. No, that's not necessarily true.
Definitely not.
You can short incorrectly and get absolutely destroyed. So be very, very careful. My whole premise with today is I'm not going to do a knee-jerk reaction to this. I think we might actually kind of turn this around. We'll see what happens.
I mean, like always, one of the things is that you have to stick to what you know. As a trader, always that's going to help you, because one thing you don't want to do is get into a game that you don't consistently play, because what happens is if you don't know all the ins and outs, easy way to get hurt. And then a day like today, if you're just a long bias trader, you know what I do? When the SPY broke that low again, remember we were looking at the SPY and we're like, oh, is it going to break that low again? And I was like, oh, if it breaks that low, it's going to be kind of a bearish day. Well, when we broke that low, I would have been like, all right, peace out, guys. I'm going to go to the park, going to go take my dog out, going to go enjoy the day. That's how the traders do it a lot of the times. So Ryan's not making a wrong decision by not trading short today. What he might be making a wrong decision is sticking around. I might have to get Ryan on out of here. And that's something they determine also, right? If you're just not seeing your plays out there, you're just not seeing your strategy out there, it comes to a point in time where your mind is literally going to push to see it versus you looking for it and being objective, right? Ryan, does this happen at some point? Like you just want to get into a trade so bad that literally the patterns, even like your eyes will start fooling you.
Yeah, you start forcing it, right? You start forcing things that aren't actually there, and you're trying to. It's almost akin to revenge trading when you take a loss on a ticker and you're like, no, I know I'm right on this. I know I'm right on this. Oh, it looks like it's turning around. I'm going to go ahead and take it, only for it to get slammed again. It's very, very similar. It's that whole FOMO thing. I have no problem taking a day off. And you know what I'll do is I'll end up going through charts this weekend. I'll have a plan set up both for a long and a short side trade next week. And I'll go ahead and hit that, excuse me. So it's just each his own. Everyone's a little bit different. Everyone trades a little bit different. There's no one right answer. The right answer is the one that keeps you green.
All right, guys, looking to take half of it off here on Visa. 43s. I'm looking at the ask side and the bid side right now. I'm going to get out on the bid. Looking to see if I'm going to get a wash here.
Yeah, doing a good job holding up here. Sorry, Mitch.
No, you're okay. All right, a little bounce there means I take some cover. I just covered there some. Just covered half there. And what this does is it gets me into, it sounds dumb, but $10 into the green after I was $11 into the red. So now let's let the trade work and see what happens here.
That's the other thing too. When you are red, sometimes the best way to get out of that or to break that is just get a little bit of green on the screen. So Mitch, you're in there talking about, you're just a little bit red, you flipped it to a little bit green. Sometimes that's all it takes to turn things around, right? So get a little bit of green on the screen, keep going with your plan, be confident in what you're doing, and don't take outsized risks. That's going to be a good way to turn that around.
And at this point, it's straight up break even on the rest, or it breaks the support and gives me reward too. And if it gives me reward too, I'll take it.
And then the other thing, especially about down days like this, if you have longer term positions, I mean, I know we do a lot of like day trading and short term trading here. I also do a lot of long term trading and long term investing in companies that I really like. And in some cases, on a day like today, you might be presented with a really good deal on a company that you really, really like, or even a position that you already have. Maybe you can get a better price or add to your position at a more palatable price than where the stock was just at. So a lot of things to kind of look for. Just because things aren't going the right way doesn't mean that, there's just nothing to do or whatever. You just have to be very smart about what you're doing.
All right, out there, looks like things are starting to slow down in the market. At least that's what I'm seeing out there. What are you guys seeing? Do you guys see a little bit of a slowdown of the momentum?
Yeah, I don't see I mean, with the exception of a couple of names here, I mean, I guess PTPI and ARDX would be the only ones. They still have some pretty crazy volume going on. The overall market, even other names like CYAD, which we talked about at the beginning, volume has really kind of dried up on that name since the big morning pop there. And then if we look around for the rest of the market, we still have the indices kind of trading back down into their actual support pivots now. So we've actually broken the day pivot, and now we're going to some of those support levels. Be interesting to see if we bounce. Remember, the last SPY bounce we got lasted what? This is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes is all the last bounce really went for. So we'll wait and see. We'll keep playing it out. Day is still young, and you might still get a reversal.
All right, guys. Looks like I might get that flush down. I'm looking for it. Looks like it's building up wicks down there. So selling pressure there.
VIX continues to climb.
Buying pressure.
Right, so 30.50 on the VIX now.
On the VIX. Oh, one play that, is brought up to me that I'm just like, sometimes you got to just be like, you just got to just, that's just the way it is. You got to hit yourself. You're like, man, why didn't I think of that? VIX options long-term last week or maybe on Monday. They could have been paying out right now, right, Ryan?
They could have, but here's the thing. So we did
That's
a
like
lot
a
of
hedge.
We did a lot of talking about short trading. I actually used to hedge myself in days like today with VIX products. And I'll be honest, I've donated so much money to the VIX products. I look for something else to do now. If I was going to hedge myself on a day like this, I'd buy one of those inverse ETFs of the SPY so that I'm not actually shorting, but still exposing myself to downside.
There you go. It's just a play. Somebody brought it up to me. They were like, yeah,
I've done it.
Long,
I've done it.
The VIX.
And it's crazy. Here's the thing about that, all right? Because there are going to be, even though I would say overall, I probably finished in the red in terms of trading VIX only products, but there will be times where you buy something and in the blink of an eye, you're up 20%. And that can be really, really exciting, right? Especially obviously it can be even more with options, right? So that type of feeling can actually, I hesitate to use the word, but it could lure you into buying some more. Just be very careful. If you're going to hedge, do it correctly. If you're going to play for downside, have a plan in case it doesn't.
Ron with the fire eyes out there. So I gave Ron the fire eyes out there. Definitely look at D-Nut out there looking like it wants to push. Just got a big volume push, surge about 113,000 volume right at that 15 mark, right near that 15 mark. So I would want to see that hold on pullbacks here. But that was a lot of volume coming in there on D-Nut.
And a nice bounce. This was 13 on Wednesday. It's hit 13 on Wednesdays. Wednesdays.
VIX is looking to test that $30. if you're short, you don't want it to break 30 and come back into that consolidation zone that I have right here. You want it to kind of bounce, act like a retest, and then continue its march on upwards. You can see Boeing coming back near VWAP, which is exactly why we went ahead and took majority of our profits, actually all of our profits on the ad that we had up here in the 199s at that 196. Still have the original short. DocuSign still short the last leg that I have remaining, hoping for that 136 target. If it comes back into VWAP around this 145, and depending on what the VIX is doing, I might get greedy and just add some sprinkle of puts again and wait for that retest of the lows at the very least. But we'll see. Microsoft did not get into this trade, was looking for it, but it went ahead and spiked real quick for me. But that's going ahead and plunging on down as well.
What is driving MSOS up? Well, Plant, I got you. I'll take care of that for you. Let's find out what's going on in that one.
It's a cannabis ETF.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that I love is that I could just do this. Boom. Find you the ones that are up on that ETF. So I can just do that right clearly here. It looks like Lowell's Farm here. This is up 9%. Of course, these are like OTCs. So just putting that out there, guys. There's Verano Holdings. Of course, TrueLeave is up about almost 5%. Jushi Holdings here. Green Thumb doing great too. Cresco Labs. Columbia Care, AYR. This is why you got to kind of know what's in it. If you're going to trade ETFs, kind of know what's in it. Maybe stick with the leaders. Look at the leaders of it. What's the top holdings? See how those are moving. That can always help you have a different look on the ETF that you're trying to trade. And so if you're seeing, let's say, all these move on up, then you look at the ETF. Is that setting up for me? That can help you guys. That's the way I like to take a look at it. So I would definitely look at some other names, and that's why you're seeing MSOS up today.
I think the mistake that I made with Boeing on those puts where I went 295, I should have probably gone, or I went 195, I should have probably gone 197.50 is a little bit more in the money. Would have given me a little bit more percentage gains, or excuse me, a little bit more money gains, if you will. Because I don't know if it's going to break that 195.
Did someone just call out SOS? I always laugh when I see that one.
I'm seeing some unusual option flow in the IQ March 250 put. A bunch of contracts traded in that. 8,900 contracts traded in that. So IQ, this is kind of a low price stock. One of the reasons that this is kind of curious to me, obviously we're not looking great here, in kind of a rough trend here. But in addition to that, stock's nearly $5, and they're buying up. They're coming multiple times for these 250 puts in March. Got a 30 ask now is ticking up. It was just a 36 ask, now 37. So I have no position in this, but this just kind of caught my eye with some of those options.
I just saw that the all-time highs on this stock, the IQ, is $45. Good God. I'm going to assume it's a Chinese name. Am I wrong?
Online entertainment service provider in China. Zunaid, you have not been wrong today. I don't know. You have been pretty spot on.
When you see something that reminds you, what was that tick? What was that stock? Luckin Coffee?
Yeah.
You like the Luckin Coffee?
Remember, there was a report about Didi. So Didi's going to get unlisted from the U.S. exchanges.
Yeah, it got a quick little. What can I say? It got that whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
Right off that trend line. They were saying that they're not even sure if Didi's going to be able to get back on the Hong Kong exchange because the regulatory requirements are a little bit higher there, which is obviously strange. And then on top of that, there's also talk about Baba being delisted. So we're looking at some of these Chinese names. We're hitting them. That's why some of the stuff is coming in. So maybe that's what this bet here is.
Yep.
Yeah, I got a chance to play Baba when Charlie went ahead and called it out yesterday about how they're closer to delisting Chinese stocks in the U.S. Obviously, I didn't swing anything because that's not my style, but it was a nice break above. Well, let me show you guys. Unless someone else has a trade, please go ahead and stop me. Baba yesterday, when that news came right here, You can see that break went ahead and went short and covered around the 120 area, just because, again, that whole number for me. But if I would have swung it, those contracts would have been beautiful. But, again, not my game.
Hey, well, you got a shout out in the chat here. So I want to give that shout out there. But James said,
I'm having a vision.
what?
I can see the future.
That's what Zunaid can do right there.
Man.
Zunaid is from the future, guys. Zunaid is from
I
the
wish.
future.
I wish.
Right? Don't we all, man? Don't we all?
Life would have been a lot easier. But honestly, it's just probability, right? Like the Apple trade I had today, I sucked on it, even though I took an L on it, but it was short enough. It was a quick loss that I went and took to where it didn't impact me as big as, like, the DOCU signs and different things like that. So just got to be quick with the losses and figure out your runners and let it run in a little bit.
All right, so getting a question from Skinny Boy Flex on, man. Definitely want to give you a shout out. You asking if I have my own YouTube? I do. It's right here, Benzinga. This is my YouTube right here, guys. So
Yeah, I'm actually going to start streaming. I need to
if you
get
guys want to find us on here, guys. We'll be on here.
I went ahead and got this little Gato, so I'm going to try to
Ooh.
set it up and start streaming. Maybe this
Hey,
weekend.
You got that
next
Capture
week.
S.
Yeah.
You know what that can do?
No,
Just
I have
give
no
you
idea.
a lovely feature that
What's up?
has instant replay for you, where you could press the button and it'll replay what you just saw for the last like 30 seconds.
Oh, shoot. I might have to do that if like a short works out or something. Be like, did you see it?
Did you see it? Watch this again. Boom. You need to get me one of those.
I did not know that. Yeah, I need to play around with it. I've got a friend helping me set
there's
this
so
up
much.
later this weekend.
The Oculus. Who has an Oculus out there? I would love to know.
What is that? Is that the VR thing?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the Facebook one.
VR.
Okay.
I think that's going to be
All
big
right.
next year, man.
Guys,
VR
I
is
got
gonna
to
be
jet.
big.
I got to do some stuff for work. It has been
Yeah,
fun.
let me get you on out of here, guys. It's 11
Be
o'clock.
safe,
I'm going to get Zunaid and Ryan on out of here. Please, guys, these guys stayed extra for you today. Please smash that
And
like.
we'll keep
Support
doing
us. We're going to keep doing that. Ryan, Zunaid, like always, you guys killing it. So I appreciate you guys coming on like always and nailing some trades. Zunaid, I hope you have a good rest of the day. Don't forget about those trades this time. Let's not pull a replay.
Watch me get assigned on some bot BA shorts. Yeah, no, thank God. Set an alarm. See you guys
All right,
later.
guys. Have a great weekend.
Have a good one, guys. All right, guys. So now it's just Money Mitch here left with you guys. But you guys do me the favor, smash that like button. Let's see if we got to 400 likes, because if not, then I'm going to have to get on out of here myself. And I want to stick around, but you guys got to smash that like. We have over 666 people watching. Let's check the likes. We're at 322. We need to get to 400, guys. So smash that like. If not, I got to get on out of here. All right, guys. So I'm looking at the SPY. It's starting to catch a bid there. Looks like I'm going to have to probably get out of this Visa, guys. I'm at 196.30s, but I might stop out on break even on the rest here. Let's take a look here. It looks like we're getting right on up there. I didn't want to see us get back up here towards this 25, so I might just cut it right here, break even. But if it does, we got our first reward. So we still got into the green today, and that's going to be it. Right there. There it is. I'm out, guys. Boom, 33. I'm out. Just got out there. Not gonna risk it there, guys. That's my out there. It wasn't the best trade today. Definitely, I liked SQ better. That one was a better trade. You could have nailed that first support touch right here at 180. Then look for the next leg down. You could have been looking at 175, 176. It's a good trade there for shorts on square. It looks like the SPY is starting to come back here, putting it in a hard bottom here at 451. So we want to see that break if you're still trading on the downside, but looking like the SPY is starting to start coming back, and we'll see if it can come back to VWAP here. Like always, guys, we're going to look at some stocks that you guys want out there. So throw some stocks. If you guys have some stocks, to take a look. 50 more likes, guys, to keep it going. Want to keep going with you guys and look at some stocks. But if we don't get the likes, then I got to get on out of here. PQQQ. Looking good, interesting. Starting to find the bottom, though. Be careful now. One of the things that I also look for is drives down. How I look at the drives down is I'll sometimes use a 5-minute, right? And so to me, this is one drive down. Then you get a sideways consolidation. Then you get the next drive, right? drive down here. Now you got this third drive down here. We want to see it either test down or break that. If not, it could reverse right back up to the VWAP. That's what I always look for. I wanted to test that again and break that, and then it would be a complete pattern. You can measure this and kind of look for the move to continue on the downside. So let's say an 11-point move down from here. If it breaks to the downside, that's what I would be looking for. But one thing is always look for those drives. How many drives have we had? Going into that fourth drive, if you don't break this support, or maybe if you don't close below it, then you could see maybe a potential reversal back to the VWAP. All right, guys, let me see where we are in the like game. We're at 372. We need 28 more likes. You guys smash on up that like so that we can get to the 400. I don't want to get on out of here, guys. I need you guys to support me. Smashing up that likes is going to get us through there. Like always, guys, we're going to do this every single day. Up next, you got Benzinga Live. That's going to have some great action. We're going to also put on a great show for you like we always do on Benzinga Live. There's going to be some short talk. You want to learn how to short? Come on over to Benzinga Live. All right, we had 381. We need 21 likes more to get it on up there. You guys, if you're at work and you have the iPad, it's okay to take it from underneath the desk. Press the like, put it right back down. I know how it goes, guys. So definitely get it going here, guys. We're going to keep going here. So what's up? What's up? All right, so let's take a look here. Q's trying to break down. Will it break that and hold it? Looks like Visa rejected right off my level there, guys. It rejected right when we got to my break even. So I'm going to miss out on some of this trade, but that's okay. It's all right. It hit my stop, and if it hits my stop, I'm supposed to get on out. So we'll see if this one breaks down and continues moving down. MTTR is a beautiful trade today, guys. We talked about this one yesterday. We're going to look for a short through the daily level. Daily level was this 29.99, this 30. We got that yesterday. Today, we actually get a bounce on up there to those levels. A nice little bounce on up close to that, and nice flush down following it also. So today, you could have got those VWAP bounce trades. You could have been shorting right here. The VWAP was at 27.46. I would have been looking at to see if I could hold towards this resistance, which is 27.56. Looking for that to hold and a flush right back down. You could have been nailing this Matterport on the short side. Live every day, baby. The only way. Where are you? What city, says Paint Surgeon? Well, I'm in the mountains, guys. I'm in Colorado Springs right now. I used to live in Denver, but with the pandemic, I moved away from Denver. And I'm in Colorado Springs now. What's your thoughts on Tesla, says Shocking Car Videos? I guess you got some cool car videos. Let me check them out. But let's go ahead and take a look at Tesla here. Tesla is breaking down there. We talked about how when this one broke last time, it was such a major point right here. Sideways consolidation, 1 hour chart. Whenever I see this kind of flush down, I'm actually looking for it to come down into this area. We've been looking at it for it to come down in this area for a long time. So we're looking for 900s, 950s. I think it still could come down there. It's a horrible day here for Tesla and really breaking down there. And that's going to drag the overall market on the downside here. So I'm looking to see if it's going to break down here on the downside. And we are seeing some more moves coming down here. I could try to do a scalp here, but I'm going to try to focus and just look at plays for you guys out there. Hey, Mitch, I've been there before. Quaint town. Yeah, it's lovely. What happened to Florida? Well, I had to move away, man. I trade the beaches in for the mountains. The mountains are fun. I'll tell you that. I've been a beach guy all my life. You know, did skimboarding, and you can't really surf in Florida, but did a lot of water sports, and now I'm doing a little bit of snow action, you know, snowboarding. I need to get up there. I miss the mountains. Have you been ziplining behind the Broadmoor? No, probably not, Jim, but I did do some ziplining. I love ziplining, so I'm going to have to look that one up. Colorado Springs is beautiful, says Alex Sanchez. Appreciate it, man. I just like the mountain look. Like, literally in my backyard, guys, I get to see Pikes Peak. If you guys don't know what Pikes Peak is, it's a 14er here in Colorado, but I love it. Why can't you surf in Florida? Because there's no waves, bro. There's no waves to surf in Florida. The only time you can surf is when we're having hurricanes. Mitch in Maui for a few more days. Hop on a plane and chill. Yes, Brian, that's what I'm talking about in Maui. That's my favorite place in Hawaii. So, hey, power to you, man. Wakeboarder here in Miami Water Sports Complex. Paint surgeon. Believe it or not, I have wakeboarded at that same location. I grew up down there, guys. I grew up down in South Florida. So if you guys didn't know, that's where I grew up. That's why I always throw up the 305. Love my Miami teams. Always on the Miami teams. All right, nice little reversal there in Visa, guys. So I'm thinking this is going to start coming back here for us. So we'll look to see the market that starts coming back here, but we'll definitely keep on watch. Do you do any rock climbing? I actually have done some rock climbing. I've done it in like an indoor rock climbing. Now I want to actually do rock climbing, like actually on the mountain or on a cliffside and climb on up. So I'll look forward to doing that. West Palm Beach. I see you guys out there. Now you wish, click the link to talk about NIO. NIO. All right. I used to go up Pikes Peak every year. Hey, power to you, D. I love it out there. All right, let's take a sector and industry analysis. You guys know I do this on Money Mitch all the time, guys. This is exactly what I do on Money Mitch. I go through the sectors and the industries to look what was hot, what was not. So I'm going to do that really quickly. I'm going to go through a lot of stocks. If you guys find something that catches your eye, throw it up in the chat and I'll definitely touch it. All right, so let's go first stock up from the open because I don't pay attention like a lot of people do to the change here. The change is all red, right? But what I want to look for is the change since the open, because that shows me if someone got caught. Like if the SPY, certain sectors can be looking positive right at the open, but if they just go down right at the open, I want to know that because they were looking green and then went red. Also, I want to know if a sector was red, like getting hit hard, and all of a sudden at the open, it starts scooping up and going green. This is why I pay attention to the change percentage by the open. All right, let's take a look here. Rocky Mountains, gotta love that place. Legalize cannabis in Florida, and I will be there. Hey, one of the things is, Eagle, those med cards in Florida, they're starting to work out. I know a couple people. All right, let's go ahead. Let's see what's going on out there. Marvel, Smartsheet being mentioned. I'll take a look at those right now. But let's see from up. What do we see? Consumer defensives. So some people asked earlier in the day, rotations, what do you look for? So if I see consumer defensives up and I see those up, that means that the overall market should be down. And then you look to see if there's a divergence there or it agrees with the knowledge. So if we saw consumer defensives on the downside from the open, or actually it's in the green overall, but from the open, still a little bit red. But if you see those into the green, we're going to look to see if the SPY is red. That will confirm that. Okay. So then you go to the next sector, communication services. What are we seeing? Kind of sideways action, nothing much. You can look here. A lot of times I'll look at the micro look to see if there's any stock that's just clearly out of the ordinary. And then you find a stock like this. So I don't know the stock at all. Not one bit. But does it interest me now as a trader? Yeah. It's holding sideways. Did a pop towards 340. Sideways hour right here. I like this look. You know, I like this look. It's starting to develop that bottom support. It cleared through this bottom level, now holding on these pullbacks. I would look for maybe a slight tick to 295, but I'd want it to rip out through $3 here. And this is how I find plays that I didn't even know about. I don't know this play, but now I'm interested in it because I found it, right? I found a stock that's moving fast, and maybe this could be a trade that we can get into. All right, I'm by the Miami Zoo. Oh, I love that one. You're talking about in Doral? No, that's not Doral. That's What city that's in? I forgot. I used to go to the Halloween party at the Miami Zoo. Yeah, that was a good times, man. I just heard your phone buzz when I sent the DM. There you go. JD, hey, you sending me DMs on Twitter? Hey, can't blame you, man. You guys do so yourself. Sweetwater's Miami Shores. I know all about that. Bill, you probably know kind of like the PSN area in Hialeah. That's where I used to play baseball over there all the time. All right, let's take a look at this UCL here. Let me take a look at the 1 minute. Looking interesting here. Do like this trade, but let's keep going through the industries. I was going through there, but that's how I find trades, guys. So let's keep going. Let's go to the next sector. Let's go to utilities. Utilities. What is doing well in utilities? So what we first go to industries. We're going to see regulated gas up. So what are those names? Let's start taking a look. Let's look at the 5 minute or the 15 minute to see us either if we're bullish or not. And it looks like right here, nice 15-minute trend here. We're going to look to see if it's going to come back to these trend. You know, it had this hold here, keeps holding pullbacks. You could draw the symmetrical triangle, and you're looking for it to continue. ATO is another one. CPK, CNP. We'll see if these can continue moving up. Real estate. This is one that I'm really starting to look to see if there's going to be a crackdown in real estate. So I would actually look for the downside today to see what is breaking down and what I could trade on the short side. So I'd start rolling through here, looking for trades that I could possibly trade. Ashford Hospitality, I kind of know that one. So we'd look for this trade to come breaking through the nines, and we'll see if it's continue to make the moves. Looks like we're finally getting that break in Visa. You guys know I stopped out of this trade on that last pop up here, but definitely it's looking good. It looks like it wants to wash down that 195.29s, and this to me that's giving me a sign. Yup, SPY breaking down there. We're still looking bearish on the day. Tesla probably breaking down also a little bit more. Yeah, keeps going further down. AMD also down today. Nvidia down today, and definitely a kind of a bearish day there. All right, catching up with the chat. Looks like you guys got me to 413, so you guys kept me on here. That's what I like to see, so definitely smash the like. And for you Florida guys, we need to do like a little meetup or something. I am going to Orlando soon, but I kind of have to have a little vacation time. I don't want to be doing some trading. I want to rent a nice car. I'm going to take like a week off. I'm going to enjoy it. All right, what's up? What's up? ARKK Free Fall says, Thad. Hey, Thad, you're with me, right? Let's short this Kathy. Look at this ARKK. I said it when it broke a 100 again. I've been watching this pattern for a long time, guys, and I drew this line for a long time, looking for it to hold here, and it did not want to hold that push, and now it's just like. Oof, killer. To me, that 100 was so important. Look how we went down below it yesterday, came right back to it today. Yo, the tick is too funny on this. The tick is 999, literally to the point. This is too funny. Whenever I see charts like that, literally holds 999 to the point. You think someone was buying there? Hell no, they were shorting there. You see it get knocked down again. 100 pops up to it, boom, crashes down. How could you be trading this one? I would be looking at SARK, the inverse of ARKK ETF. I actually had this stock interview on Money Mitch, and man, ever since that was like over here in the 17. It's just been pushing and pushing. So great trade there today. Good look if you were looking for a bullish upside move. Nice little VWAP bounce. We look at these for both sides, bullish or bearish trades. Look how those nice bounce trades there, pushing on up. We'll see if it can continue making a move, and if ARK continues a downfall. Florida in the house, West Palm Beach. Hook it up. Come to Germany, says my man Benjamin. If you guys don't know Benjamin, he's been trading from Germany. He actually hits me up on my Twitter, and we talk some trading sometimes. This is what I love, guys. You guys out there that are battling in the journey, this is why I'm here. Because I could just trade to myself and try to make, as much money as I could, not focus on YouTube and just try to make money. But I want to also teach. I love teaching. I love also giving the knowledge that I have learned and maybe seeing if you guys see it as what I call true knowledge. Can you test that knowledge and see that, yes, Mitch is not just making up stuff here. It's that he actually sees this pattern and then he's tested it, and you guys can see the pattern too. So that's what I want you guys to continue doing, is battling here and calling me out when we do something wrong. And at the same time, if you guys see a way to go about things, definitely bring it up, because we're in this together, guys. Why did I believe to take advice from a woman who believes in a magic boat? I think you're talking about Kathy. I'm sure about that one. QuantumScape, says David. I got you. I'll take a look at QuantumScape. The thing with QuantumScape is that without looking at it, I'm going to say it's on the downside right now, because SPACs came into favor and then quickly came out of favor here. And there you guys clearly see it. So I actually had the fibs drawn out on this, and I wanted to see it hold up here at the 61.8 retracement. When it broke that, I said, nope, it doesn't want to hold the trend. It doesn't want to hold this breakout that it did. It wants to come back down all the way to the 100, where the trend would essentially be broken. This trend doesn't exist anymore, and you could break that on the downside. So to me, until it gets back above that 30, it just doesn't look bullish to me, and it is coming back down. That's QS. And one that I did want to see if it was going to go up was Microvast, which is also a battery play, and it couldn't hold the gains either. So we'll see what happens with those. They do have some good solid state batteries, and I do think it's a good company, David. Don't get me wrong, but one thing I always say is story isn't always everything. Now we're seeing the market play into valuations, and you have to understand some fundamentals to kind of take advantage about that. So am I saying that QS is a bad company? No, I kind of like it. You guys know I like SPACs. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that I'm going to get in it when the technicals aren't pointing to the upside. What's up out there? Paychecks are nice too. Yeah. Recommended books. I got one for you. Just one. Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. Why? Because I think you first get your psychology right before you get your trading system right. Understand trading psychology is going to help you so much, especially if you're a day trader. So check that book out. All right, Noah, what's going on out there? Can you show us how to draw the fibs retracement on a chart? Yeah, Amy, I could do that. That's not really too hard. I would rather explain a little bit more on the fibs. So what I'll do is this. Today's Friday. So I'm going to actually on Monday, I'll do a full coverage on fibs. So if you want to come and hang out on Monday, find out about the Fibonacci's, find out about why I said 61.8 or 50% or 31. Why do those numbers exist? How do you draw them on charts? Stick around, guys. I'm going to show you guys how to do this, and we'll do this on Monday. What's going on out there? Definitely looks like there's some people definitely smashing the like. CrowdStrike being mentioned by Mitchell. I'll take a look at CrowdStrike for you. We got about 7 minutes left till we get to Benzinga Live. So I'm going to really quickly start reviewing some trades to see what we're seeing out there. Looks like we're starting to see that reversal really start happening here in the overall market. It tipped down there and really bounced back. So I'm going to look to see the SPY come back to VWAP here. Look how this is starting to come back to VWAP. I'd be looking for some of these plays to find some bounces. Let's take a look at Apple. How are we trading in Apple? Yeah, let's see if it starts reversing, gets back above VWAP today, and it could even turn into the green today. So just keep on watch. Look at this trend line. Look how you had those multiple bottom tries. Now you want to see it get back above VWAP and hold it. We'll see what happens there on Apple, and if you get some upside move. Do you use the clouds? No, I don't use the clouds, Jim. If I did use something else, I would use probably the bar charts. Bar charts are pretty good. Why? Because when you start using the bar charts like this, you can really see where the closes and the open is and where the trend is going. I like these for sure. Another thing you can do is start taking the colors off. So the colors off of the charts can help too. So let's say if we went back and we made this a candlestick, one of the things that I've done before is made up bars white, and the red bars were going to be gray. So this is a little bit harder to trade, guys. And I'm just showing you this. I'm not going to do this for you guys every day because this is something that maybe you should do on your own charts. But when I look at charts, a lot of the times, and I'm going to take away some of these indicators so that we can just talk about this. All right. So a lot of times with trading, guys, what happens, right? Trading is emotional, very emotional. And what I've noticed is that brokerages at some point started making up candles green and red candles red for psychology reasons. Why? Because green means go and red means what? Stop or not. And so what it does is it creates psychological effects, emotional response effects on the mind. I clearly think that brokerages do this to create emotional trading. Of course, this would be a really negative approach to how brokerages work, but don't always think that the broker is there to make you money. Also understand how you can have some advantages and not be so emotional. So one thing I did is I started using that red and white, the white and gray, to not think of the trade, just look at the pattern. So this looks like a bearish pattern, right? And let's take a look at that UCL trade. This one looks bullish pattern. Now that we had that break of 307, I don't mind taking a trade here off of $3. It doesn't look bad. But this is a bullish pattern. I don't see the red and green that can get me a little bit more emotional. Is that I like it. And as long as I like the pattern, I'll trade the pattern versus trying to be emotional about the colors or what you're seeing. What's the best trading platform in your opinion? The one that helps your strategy. So look at your strategy. Say, what's the strength of my strategy? What's the weakness? Does my brokerage support that? That's the question I would ask. All right, what's up? What's up? How we doing out there? Red means stop and drop. Yeah, it's how it is, man. They do it for the scare tactics. That's what I thought too. I mean, it's up to everybody out there to think that. I mean, no guarantee that I'm right, but I definitely do think it plays a factor. All right, I need to learn patterns. What book would discuss that, Richard? Well, there's a couple books. There's a book that is the Japanese candlestick book. It was the first one. This is really how candlesticks started coming to the United States. If you guys don't know, this is a Japanese charting way, and that's where it was created. These are Japanese candles, and so you need to go ahead and just do research. There's a book that's specifically on that, and then there's tons and tons of books of patterns. So just do your research, Mitchell. And another thing you can look at is chartpatterns.com. I'll give you guys a little resource there. All right, what's up? What's up? JC McCann says a great insight on the colored stuff. Yeah, I mean, hey, it's up to you guys if you guys want to try it. It could help your trading. One thing that I noticed is that I was being really emotional on big green candles. And like if I was in those trades, I was like eager in my pants. And I don't want to be like that, guys. I want to try to be emotionless and just focus on probability. Take the trades for the way they're set up. If it goes in your way, you give yourself a pat in the back. If it doesn't go your way, you give yourself another pat in the back because you executed your strategy. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me today. Up next, you guys got Benzinga Live coming on next. So I hope you guys had a great day today.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about out there. We got a lot of action
around here today, huh?
A lot of action out there. And we're going to keep battling because at the end of the day, guys.
Come on, guys. Early worm gets the worm.
The early worm gets the worm. And like always, guys, we're going to keep battling here, guys. I got a lot to give you guys. I'm going to keep doing my best. And like always, I'm going to keep working on my own game, guys. Hendrick's getting scared there. I'm going to keep working on my own game. You guys see me. I'm always working, always trying to improve my skills. You guys should do the same out there. Keep working on your skills. We'll see you next time. Like always, guys, until then, check out Benzinga TV up next. Benzinga Live. They're going to have some great show, and they're going to talk about some shorting. You want to learn about it? Check it out.